Before we start today's show, the wrestling world was shocked and saddened by the untimely death of a wrestler many know as Luke Harper and Brody Lee. It's become quite apparent that not only was he a fantastic wrestler, he was also a fantastic human being. So, on behalf of everybody here on Wrestling Around, rest in peace, John Huber. Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Around, and this time we're doing the Christmas special.
I don't know what you're all thinking.
Already we've got the seltzer siren. So joining me today is the world famous Terry Chocolate Orange. Terry, how are we doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. What's that you've got there, Terry?
It is pineapple rum.
Pineapple rum,
which I'm going to have some with a refreshing soft drink.
What's just a refreshing soft drink?
Coke Zero, so I could end up bad by the end of this because I've not eaten either. That
was your first mistake, Peters. This is a man who's had 2 pints before and spent all night throwing up on the on loose toilet.
Get that pesto pizza ready.
I actually fell asleep on his toilet whilst having a poo.
Nice. Yeah. I think everyone probably knew when we just said toilet. That would have been enough, I think.
Well, there you go.
Could have a sit down. Exactly. Could have trained himself.
So yeah, it's only going to end badly for me today, I think.
Oh, and he's streaming live after this, not? Imagine if it was. Imagine.
Streaming live. Send me your bits.
Joining me as well, you've already heard his absolutely ridiculous alarm, and I, for one, can wait to see what else he's got lined up. Is Lou, how are we doing?
Dude, I don't want to disappoint you, but I've just got a seltzer up here. So it's a seltzer only night tonight, I'm afraid.
Seltzer only.
Yeah,
I found some seltzer in a discount German supermarket.
Oh, which one?
I haven't tried yet.
Is it like their own version?
Yeah.
It's called like seltzer.
Where's it from Lidl or Aldi?
I can't remember. It's called. I don't know which is which, Peters.
It's called Melter.
I don't know which is which, but it's the one. You live near me. It's the one on. If you're going to the roundabout, it's not the one next to Papa's. It's the one on your right.
Oh, that's Aldi.
Other discount supermarkets are available.
Our American, with all the BBC, we'd have to be neutral.
Yeah, well,
fuck Lidl. Shit.
No,
don't. Because I got a great pepperami from Lidl the other day.
Yeah, Lidl has a bakery. I prefer going to Lidl, but Aldi is cheaper.
I get to Waitrose.
Of course you do.
Of course. Sorry, Mark.
And middle class Markham over there.
Sorry. No, I don't always go to Waitrose.
You get takeaways, so you get free Ciroc vodka. That's ridiculous.
I don't always go to Waitrose. I could go to M&S occasionally.
When you feel like mixing it with the ruffians.
Yeah, Harvey Nicks if I'm feeling particularly special.
Do you know what's happened now? At least half of our viewers have listened. I would stop listening out of disgust. So.
I've spent the podcast millions. We've got record listeners last week.
I'm tempted to go now, to be honest, after he's just declared that.
Peters has had enough. He's got
record listeners.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Millions in Waitrose, but thank you very much.
Passed a milestone over the last episode. So thank you everyone for listening. And it's not special. It's we didn't know what else to do, so we've just got. Imagine that we're doing a show, but we're getting worse at it. We've just got sidetracked to 2 hours. Is that what it's going to be? I think that's.
We should just do the best of, shouldn't
we? Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should have. But
we have a lot of editing time, so let's just repeat our best moments.
10 seconds of dead silence here, then.
I can't.
There it is. There we go. There's the best moments from the podcast.
The best moment. If Terry Peters is worth any of the money we don't pay him, then he will have put something in there.
Probably just an alarm or something.
Your favourite bit. Send your bits.
So bits. There we go. I thought, guys, I'd add some much needed class to the show.
Oh Christ.
Yeah. I have a full bottle of Filippo Sansovino Prosecco.
I hope that cork fires in your eye.
It is a vintage from probably 2019.
From June.
So I've even got a fancy glass. So
oh my God. I mean,
I've got one of the special
about being middle class, but Jesus Christ, man.
This is probably my third bottle in like 3 days. So.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you, Mr. Jericho.
Cheers, Chris. Good to have you as a guest today.
This can only go horribly wrong. I've never opened one sat down.
Can we claim that as a guest?
Yeah, that's a friend of the show.
No, we claim fucking Hogan and Coach, don't we? So why not?
You see it?
It's the same thing.
Oh,
Wednesday. This is the Christmas special, guys.
This is classy.
So
did we both have a nice Christmas then?
I thoroughly enjoyed my Terry Peters.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
How was yourself, Peters? Any shenanigans?
I fell asleep. And that was with a bottle of Stella in my hand and almost spilt it over myself.
To be fair, when you say you fell asleep, I was immediately going to say, well, everyone falls asleep. But if there was one person that I knew who didn't ever sleep, it would 100% be you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this morning...
You said that hotel rooms with him. He gets to play 5 a.m. and watches cartoons.
He sets alarms at that time as well.
He does. Well, early in 5 a.m. I'm sure it was.
Hey,
opposite the blinds. If you're asleep, fucking, you know.
If
he keeps you up all night snoring, and then he sets his alarm off and opens the window like R5.
Snoring is a very sore subject in our house, in the Peters household at the moment.
And then the worst thing he does in a hotel room for me is he drinks all the milk without drinking his cup of tea. As soon as I get in, he drinks the weird little things of milk.
Basically, viewers, listeners, what this is going to be, it's going to be us just talking the wrestling, our wrestling roads, and basically me being a fucking idiot.
Yep.
In hotel rooms.
It's frustrating, Peters, because I'm a man who likes a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in the morning.
You're a man, are you?
Yeah, I am a man. That's right. I am a manly man, I believe. I got a table saw for Christmas. I'm the manliest of men.
Oh my god!
All I got for Christmas was power tools.
It's true. I bought him a power tool.
Would you like to see a demonstration of one of my Christmas presents?
Yeah, come on, right. You're gonna have to. You do know this is voice only, so you're gonna have to describe what you're doing.
Oh, you put it on the YouTube channel, you know it's YouTube.
Well, no, because then you two can do the commentary for me, because it requires me to move away from my desk.
Oh god.
What, how long for? 2 hours?
Only a second. Right.
Never mind.
Are you ready?
I don't know if I am.
Well, you're going to be.
No. Are you going to do it or what?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, he's
got on as well.
It's green.
Multicolours.
It's purple. It's like Triple H. It's Triple H.
This is what he meant. This is what
what's going on.
This is what he meant, wasn't it?
It's like a bloody disco.
So Peter's told us off recording that he's got some wild surprises for his streams and YouTube videos.
He said there was going to be like massive improvements, so I just presumed he was getting a new presenter.
Yeah. Massive improvements. He's asked me to host all his videos.
It's RGB floodlights.
So me and Peters will be streaming on twitch.tv/Pelnation. You'd see me playing SmackDown.
So now I look like I'm in Hell in a Cell. It's just red.
That is true. My god, I would love that. If the Fiend came out now and just mandible clawed you, that would genuinely be the best Christmas present.
The smouldering corpse of the Fiend after TLC.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. So.
Well, spoiler alert.
I'm probably not going to watch it.
No, I actually see that main event actually. I didn't get around to the main event.
I've heard though, reliably, it was a very good show.
Yeah, I think it was a good show.
I've seen everything but the main event. It was a very good show. As you know, WWE, as bad as the TV episodes have been, and let's be honest, they have. I think they've absolutely smashed it on pay-per-view this year. I don't think it's been a bad one.
No, the ones I've seen, I thoroughly hard as well, since they've got no crowd.
Yeah. You got the Thunderdome now, haven't they? Although Pacitti got kicked out on Christmas Day, didn't he?
Did he?
Sad for everyone.
Yeah.
Half an hour in. Tom Campbell stayed the entire time, and Barry the Shark appeared in the Thunderdome, which is, but not Pacitti.
Yeah.
Look, right, as well, I've got different modes on it, so it can just flash.
Oh.
This is like Triple H, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'd love to know what it looks like outside with the curtains closed and just a dark room with all these lights going on. Then I've got strobe.
I hope someone thinks you're having a party and you get a
That's a good point, actually.
That would be hilarious. It's like them kids.
It would be more hilarious if the police come around and go, "Hey, having a party," and it's literally just him in a room with a disco light.
It'd be like, them kids who it was a thing in America, wasn't it, where they used to ring like the SWAT team on each other if they're playing online.
Someone got killed by it.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I was gonna
Yeah.
say that's what I imagine it would be like.
Yeah.
Well, there you go then. That was one of my Christmas presents. Explaining that to my dad, who doesn't know I do YouTube or a podcast, 'cause he doesn't understand it. To tell him I just got some floodlights, he was very confused.
I'm surprised at that your father doesn't understand it because he's been on TV for quite a while.
He's been on a Football Focus podcast for a while.
True.
Oh, we both went different ways though.
It's gone.
You went for former Ireland and Liverpool footballer Matt Lawrenson.
I did.
I went for former Blue Peter presenter and now henches for Andy Peters.
Yeah, I'm still in the same room.
And I just went
No,
for my
that's
actual
true.
dad.
That's true. You ever seen him in the same room as Andy Peters' dad? No, I don't think you have.
All three of them never seen together.
Oh, there you go then.
But I have seen a photo from Terry Peters of Matt Lawrenson, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, genuinely. Peters did send me a picture of Matt Lawrence that I thought was his dad earlier in the year.
Oh yeah, when he shaved all his head off.
It was
He shaved all his
literally.
head off, shaved all his hair off.
It was a week later when I saw someone else tweet the same photo. I was like, why is Peters dad on there?
Imagine.
And it dawned on me, it's like, oh wait a minute, that's actually the actual Matt Lawrenson.
Peters' dad gets everywhere, doesn't he?
Was
Andy
it?
Peters.
I met him this time last year.
Yes, you did. It was
It
Boxing
might have
Day.
been
wasn't
might have been a year ago today, more or
it?
less.
It was Boxing Day.
Boxing
Ah,
Day.
it was Boxing Day because you could have used my pass, but you never asked for it.
It's alright, he got a Christmas present of it, didn't he?
Yeah, no, but you could have given him the Christmas present and also had it for free, which I thought would be right up your street, Peters.
To be fair, we
Scamming-
decided
scamming
on
people.
Christmas Eve while pissed in the pub.
Scamming Peters, that is his name. You've got to be careful, Terry Peters. He'll sell you his jeans on the internet with Christy tissues in the pocket.
True.
We didn't have any order to this show.
And we
That's
still
true.
don't.
We still don't have them. I, as the host and a guy who I feel like it's my duty to keep the shows moving along. I have a series of questions.
Can I just throw out before we started that
Yeah.
I edited last week's episode.
Ah.
And it was the number one episode. So
So say Peters, pack your bags, pal. You've been sacked.
no,
yet.
Peters is more than welcome to carry on. In fact, he should do. But I just want to say, you step your game up, Peters, because the editing was top notch. I had.
I heard you blocked a lot of me out.
Peters,
When I was
Peters Twitch, where is he Twitch? No one knows.
when I was going twitch.tv/Bell Nation, Bell Nation on YouTube, where you can find me, get me up to 123 subscribers. I'm currently at 122.
Ah,
Become a subscriber on my Twitch at twitch.tv/Bell Nation, where you can catch me on Friday evenings at 7:30 and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m.
Gotta pay for that, yeah.
No, you can follow me for free.
Okay, good.
I'm just. When your birthday is not till later on in the year, is it, Peters?
October.
I was going to buy you a cheap plug.
I can do that myself.
You can do it anytime, that's very cheap.
Well, I know, but I just like it to be reciprocated. So I mean,
That's
would it harm him on his videos or his streams or whatever? Just to either plug the wrestling around. I don't think it would.
We could pay for an advertising slot. on-
I am not paying Terry Peters.
Oh, you could.
We could
I am-
sponsor. We could
I will
sponsor a
not be
video.
responsible for paying Terry Peters.
We could sponsor a video.
You actually could.
That would be amazing. I'm gonna do it. How much does it cost?
I don't know, £5.
Yeah, right.
Everyone, is that to anyone or is that just to us?
Oh, it's just to you.
Oh, what about
That's
to
it.
anyone?
Well, it depends what the product is and whether I feel as
Oh.
I'm marketable in it.
I'll tell her.
So £5 to anyone. 'Cause
No, because I don't know what's going to come my way, do I? I need a business address, don't I? There's a business email.
PaleNation@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No, I think you need to get you on demand.
PaleNation.com.
Wrestling around Outlook.com. No one uses because it sounds cheap, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
no, I checked it for a while actually.
So people may have
Let's
used.
do a live on air mailbag.
I don't think you should.
The tumbleweed is going
I've already took all the questions out of the live mailbag room and wrote them down, so you didn't have
Oh,
to
that's
do
good. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And
So
how,
there's
many,
no point in you don't have to look at it.
and how many questions were in the mailbag?
I've got look one.
And was it you emailing?
No, it was our loyal fans.
13. So
Go on then. Fire with question 1 then.
13 questions. Shall we go with the first question then?
Go on then.
Just to aggregate to open the room, let's hopefully get a discussion because this is going to go in a few hours. I've got the full bottle of Prosecco to drink. What is your favourite live match that you have seen in person? It could be any promotion. It could be a house show. But you have to have physically been there.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh, I'm just trying to
It's
think
a
what I've
good
seen.
Right. This is a good question, this Ross.
Good.
Good question, listener.
That was
send this one in.
from someone in Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough. That's very good. Cheers.
I
Cheers,
forgot to write, for data protection, I didn't write anybody's names down.
Up the smoggers. Favourite wrestling match I've seen live. I gotta say, fake Kane against
Fake Mankind.
Fake Mankind. I'll say all. 2000, I think. An absolute classic. Yeah, that run-in from the from Klondike Kate was up there. One of my favourite. No, in all seriousness, I think. Because I think I've got two, but I think one of you.
I'll let you say both.
I'll go with one because I think one of you two will say the other one. So I'm going to go with Joe Hendry, not George Hendry. No, it wasn't Joe Hendry. Joseph Connors versus Martin Kirby.
I mean, you're not going to know what mine. So.
WCPW. Was it Refused to Lose?
I think it was.
The one where Adam cheated 10 heel.
Yeah, yes, it was.
But it wasn't just because, of Lord, our Lord and Savior Adam cheated being in there. It was just the crowd was just really invested in it, wasn't it? That whole pay-per-view was probably one of my favourite wrestling experiences ever. The glow sticks at the end. Like, I'm not an advocate of people throwing trash in the ring, although I am because I'm a WCW fan. It happened like every week. But yeah, that heel turn. No one saw it coming. Should have seen it coming, but no one saw it coming.
Yeah.
I was genuinely annoyed. It's just like, screw you, cheat.
That's
the sign of a good heel turn.
It was good. Remember when we used to get to go to do things?
Oh yeah, when we did things, that was good. Wasn't
it was stuff and things.
It was pretty much. I mean, I know we had chairs, but it was pretty much standing room only in that venue on it.
Yeah,
it's a packed venue. It must have been one of the biggest UK indie shows up until like Progress sold at Wembley. Like, it must have been up there.
Must have been.
Well, one of the promotion wise, it was a big promotion for a short period.
Yeah, which I think it was it was really the WCW of UK promotions, wasn't it?
It was great.
Came out,
chucked
money everywhere, realised it wasn't sustainable, and then it went.
right out of money, and they finished off. Rampage finished off as champion today, which was pretty cool. Oh no, it was. No, he didn't finish off as champion.
No.
Great wrestling. What are you gonna do with it? Great wrestling. 2 years. What's your favourite live wrestling match?
Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels in a last man standing match from November 10th, 2008 on Raw.
Oh, nice.
I remember watching that on TV.
Not what I thought.
Your boy was there.
Where was this?
Manchester.
Was that during the Great Feud? Was this suit wearing Jericho?
It was what?
Was this the suit wearing Jericho?
No, I think it was still Codebreak Jericho.
Yeah, right.
I believe it was still. I haven't watched it for a while, but I remember being very, very good and thinking at the time, like, well, that's an actual pay-per-view match, like main event match on Raw.
They used to go mental, didn't they? The UK Raw.
Is that
the one where JBL interfered?
No, it's the one where Regal won the title off Santino Marella in 31 seconds.
I was at house show the day before that.
We also had Kane versus Rey Mysterio in a no DQ match.
Oh.
What else did we have?
Mike
Knox against D'Lo Brown.
Classic.
Mike Knox won in 50 seconds.
Everyone forgets D'Lo Brown came back.
Batista versus Cody Rhodes with Manu, beaten in 3 minutes. And Beth Phoenix versus Mickie James for the women's title in less than 2 minutes.
Is this the era where Kane was having Rey Mysterio's mask in a bag?
Pass.
I think it was. Yeah.
He did that, didn't he? Because
he had a mask in a bag, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's obviously ours, Ken."
And it was Rey Mysterio.
So he was like, "Oh, no, it's not Rey Mysterio's."
Is that better or worse than finding out Eric Rowan had a spider under a cage?
That one great, was it?
What was it going to be though?
Well, he couldn't. Yeah, that's
it. Discussed this last week. What was it going to be?
It couldn't have been anything else, could it? Anything but.
Unless
they just like never answered it. That would have been one of the ones that was like best never answered, I think.
Yeah.
They decided
And
to
they just,
go on to the
you know,
SmackDown,
like
but they
3
decided
years
to-
later on Legends Night, they reveal it was Hornswoggle all along.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, it
I'm,
could have been the hand.
What are you going for then, Ross?
I'm surprised. Well, I have 2, maybe 3.
Well, I mean, you can only have one, so.
Well, then I am surprised that none of you said it, but mine was clearly Sami Zayn versus Nakamura.
Well, that was my other one. I thought
Yeah,
someone
I
would
was
say it.
thinking that.
My other 2.
Well, I've just thought of another one, but I think you might have one of them as well. But we'll see.
My other
'Cause I think
two-
like every wrestling show you've been to, I was there. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the 2 5-star classics from NXT New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
The North American ladder match,
Mhm.
purely just because it was absolute chaos.
Purely because of EC3, baby. Should have been world champ. Just the
And the last match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, purely because Tommaso Ciampa got that much hate.
It did. The heat was unreal.
And which I was surprised at.
I'm gonna throw another match in there that
Go
you
on.
two were at with me. Undertaker versus Shane McMahon in Hell in a Cell, purely for the one spot. Forget
Yeah, where
Michael
he
Cole's
got
crap
the,
commentary.
Where you
But
got
we
the
didn't
wrench
hear
out.
it, did we? So we got the PR version because we
Yeah,
never
exactly.
heard Michael Cole's commentary.
Exactly.
And we never saw the crash mat or anything. It was just pure for us, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I remember just all of us standing on our feet, just going, "Oh my god!"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Tom may have screamed.
Did. Oh, I should have rang Tom. Ring Tom.
Get Tom on the line.
Get Tom on the line. Where is he?
I'm going to
See,
throw
bud.
another one in as well, Lou, that I think you would agree with. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie and Triple H.
That was my. So even though there was 2 5-star matches the night before, that was my favourite match of that weekend.
The
That was
crowd on that,
it's
for a man
insane.
that sat at home on his sofa, very disappointed he wasn't in New Orleans, seemed insane.
It was. To be honest, it killed the rest of the show.
that
like
was so hot. When
Like when
Rousey
Daniel
got
Bryan
tagged,
came back.
that was the one. That was the opener. No, it was near the beginning that though, wasn't it? The Daniel Bryan match.
So the Daniel Bryan match was weird. It was disappointing because he came back and he got beat up, didn't he?
Yeah. Came back and it would
It
have
was
been
just a bit.
I
It would have been Vince. That would have been so much better now.
I would
No
love-
offense to Daniel Bryan,
Vince and Shane.
but oh god, we nearly got a Vince McMahon match.
Oh, that's been great.
We've
But
seen Vinnie Mac in the flesh, though, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have.
Night of
no,
WrestleMania 32.
We haven't seen his bulging biceps, have we? And his like little Vince vest
Greased up.
No, we've not. You're right.
and his red elbow pads, and he's just doing Vince stuff. I've seen it.
I think though, that going back to Daniel Bryan, do you not think it would have been better if they hadn't announced that he was cleared again?
Yeah,
Well,
you
just let him do it.
Uh,
Yeah.
If they'd cleared him behind not said anything, he comes out to do a speech and then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens just beat the crap out of him.
It would have been a good WrestleMania moment, yeah.
Just for the shock.
Oh, do you mean beforehand?
Yeah. When
Yeah, I think so.
came
No,
out and
I
announced to
don't
be
know though,
cleared.
because it's like these days, it's like just there's so many wrestling fans who want to find issues with the product.
Mm.
That I don't think it would have been like shock. It would have been like, oh, I can't believe they did that. WWE is so irresponsible. Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause I did think that it'd have been great to just beat him up, and then
Yeah,
afterwards,
but-
like, yeah, it's clear.
Surely anybody with any sense would have realised, oh, it must have been cleared then. That's
I know, but we're talking about wrestling fans on Twitter.
yeah, that's. I know we shouldn't listen to it. It's much more enjoyable wrestling if you don't listen to anybody apart from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just slagging off the
nightmare.
need for wrestling podcasts there. Just,
And
What's
no,
the
to be
point?
fair, we don't do the news. We only do previous stuff. So it's already happened.
and we're fairly positive.
But it's I fell into this trap of Samoa Joe coming out at number 30 in the Royal Rumble when it was Roman Reigns. Everyone shout all over it
Mm-hmm.
because I listened to all the people say, yeah, it's going to be Samoa Joe, it's going to be Samoa, and it wasn't. That was the day I decided I'm not listening to any predictions or spoilers in inverted commas.
You gotta admit it was great banner when Roman Reigns came back.
What was worse then, right? Number 30, Roman Reigns then, or Rey Mysterio?
I felt bad for him, Mysterio. He's gone.
So we've lost Terry Peters, but
He's back.
Hello.
He's back.
Right.
He's alright.
There's a
He's
few
got his more bloody rum. Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh!
Is that himself?
that is justice for saying that I would hit myself in the face with my prosecco.
How'd you injure yourself up in a bottle of rum?
I knocked my knuckle into my headphone. And the reason I went is because I knocked my computer with the thing.
Outstanding.
Classic.
He has had like half a bottle of rum so far, though, so it's quite impressive that he's still with us.
I'm surprised he's not just swigging it from the bottle. Do a live swig from the bottle, Peters.
Oh, that's what we do the whole thing.
Do a shoey. Oh god,
Oh,
I've never seen a man's face turn inside out so quickly.
Oh, that's rank.
What flavour was it again, Peters? Mango?
Pineapple.
Pineapple? Fruity, yeah.
That's fruit, isn't it?
I tried my hardest to get white chocolate Baileys for this, or a white chocolate equivalent of Baileys. Still not in stock.
Oh, well, you've got Prosecco now.
That is true, and I've also got some cheap seltzer, which I'll probably go get when I finish this.
Cheap salsa. There you go. I've got the real stuff today. There we go. He's put
What-
half it in. Get
You said you've
double
got
it.
seltzer, but you haven't said what seltzer it is.
Oh, it's White Claw Black Cherry.
That is delicious.
I did get a lovely gift box from someone at Christmas.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
For a wrestling around fan. But I forgot to put it in the fridge. So
Outrageous.
I'll have it later on. I'll have it on just a regular episode.
Outrageous.
I know it's like a gimmick that we're drinking all the way through this, but this is just what I do on a regular podcast, to be fair.
It's the same as what I do, but just not as fancy. That's why I find a bit of switching up, you know what I mean? I've got a few cans of beer
To
downstairs.
be fair, I brought up 3 cherry seltzers, but I might have to change them. We'll see how it goes.
That's
It is the best one. I've peaked on the black cherry.
Hey, you need to wash your mouth out now with like lemonade or Coke or something.
No, I don't.
I've done it with water.
Right, so we've done our favourite wrestling match. We move on to the next question I've got then,
Yeah.
which is our favourite live wrestling moment.
Oh, well, I know what mine is then.
Right, while you next to half a bottle of Coke Zero,
Oh, I wish I was there with him because I would be the guy who slaps the bottle.
obviously.
As well.
Favorite live wrestling moment, right? Mine's. I think I've said this on a podcast before. And really,
I know what mine is.
But this is going to be a really weird one. So it was Takeover Dallas. So before WrestleMania 32. So what's that? Bloody nearly 5 years ago. Where does the time go?
We need to go to WrestleMania again.
We should go. Probably not next year.
Yeah,
if
it's
I'm
not
honest.
crazy. I've had 2 jobs since then. That don't feel like that is. It's ridiculous.
I've sold a house since then.
That was before we were known as like wrestling podcast superstars. Like,
Yeah.
imagine, because the thing is, we enjoyed it while we weren't famous. Like, imagine walking around there now.
I know.
They just
Still not
wrestling,
being
wrestling
famous.
around.
I don't know if we could. I think
Sorry,
the
chocolate
sheer.
orange. Can we have
I mean, we would get left alone, would we? Do you know what I mean? I don't think we'd be able to.
Peters goes to a South End game.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I'm a YouTube sensation where you can find me at Bell Nation, and Twitch sensation at twitch.tv.
Let's get the editor back out.
This is why he's been kicked off editing because it was just 2 hours of him saying "Find me on Bell Nation."
Yeah,
Yeah,
through
it
the
was-
actual episodes.
It was sponsored by twitch.tv/BellNation. Send him your bits.
Sending you that sounds weird. Sending you bits. Go on then, Lou. What's
It's
your
my favourite moment. Right, yeah, so we're at Takeover Dallas. 4:32. And obviously I got over the crushing disappointment of having nachos for tea.
Damn you, KB.
Not even getting a
not-
Diet Coke. I have to have
only
a beer because some frankly morons who run a convention center in Dallas think that Dr. Pepper equates Coca-Cola. It's a different drink. But apparently it's like a big thing in some states around there, but I'm not just having it. It's ridiculous.
I will agree.
It's 2 different drinks. Right?
It has a different taste to it.
You know, I mean, like it's tenuous enough saying that Coke and Pepsi are the same, frankly.
No, but I can get that. I can get that.
I can't
Because
get it.
they're 2 types of Coke, but whereas Dr. Pepper is cherry flavoured Coke.
Or places outside of the UK and the US don't have Diet Coke from my recent excursions. They just have Coke Zero.
Because you're not asking for Coke Light.
No, they don't have it. So, where have I been recently?
Spain?
I say
Spain,
recently.
Spain.
I've been nowhere.
Latvia.
Latvia.
That was
Ukraine.
this year. That was this year.
Yeah, Latvia.
February. It's the last time we saw each other properly.
Yeah,
The three.
probably was.
Yeah, Ukraine, India. Did that do it?
Ah, well, that's disappointing.
Slovakia.
Yeah. I can't remember Slovakia because we were only there for 21st. I just had beer.
I
I
know
don't
Ross
think
had, Ross had rusty pipe work as well, didn't he?
It's
Yeah,
true.
Had KFC there before.
Dodgy KFC the night before. Yeah, which I
Anyway.
shook off and got there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, are we going to get to my favourite wrestling
your
moment?
favourite
Anyway.
moment.
Right, so anyway, yeah, so obviously all that. I had a big cookie as well, actually, to be fair.
You enjoyed the cookie. You slagged it, yeah, you slagged the Kate Bailey Hutchinson
And the
thingy
cookie
off.
was alright. It was like
You enjoyed the cookie.
It was
so-
a packet cookie, wasn't it? It wasn't out. It was no
yeah,
Miller's.
but did you enjoy it?
It was alright, yeah.
You enjoyed,
It
no,
was
you enjoyed it a lot more than you let on know.
Yeah, well, it was better than. It wasn't as good as like a Subway cookie.
No, well, the ultimate in cookies is Domino's. When I won't hear anything else.
I can't say I've had a Domino's cookie.
Domino's, oh, delicious.
Right.
You get for one person getting 4, too many, but delicious.
Yeah, I get one of them ordered. KFC's cookies are actually one of one.
I can't say about them. Well, the Domino's ones come in a box and they stay warm.
Because you got to get I've got to get my minimum order up when I go to KFC.
Yeah,
Get a delivery.
True.
But yeah, so my favourite moment anyway was, and I think I've said it before, and it's really weird, and like no one ever in the history of wrestling, even the 10,000 people who are there, are going to share this as the favourite one ever. But it was the match graphic coming up for Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. Not the match. The match was good. But the match, because right, I'd never heard of Nakamura before we started. Like, I got swept up in the hype like late 2015, early 2016 when it was like, oh, these 4 guys are going to move across. So there was AJ Styles, Nakamura, Carl Anderson, and everyone's favourite henchman, Luke Gallows.
Yeah.
We're going to move across. And it was just like, bloody hell, this is exciting. Even though, honestly, I'd never seen any of the matches other than everyone's favourite henchman, Luke Gallows, and that was when he was fastest.
I know.
Yeah, like, we got a sad arena, and we were really early, weren't we? And everyone was like hyped up about Nakamura, like really hyped up.
Yeah.
I gather
Every
I might
t-shirt was a Nakamura t-shirt on it.
Yeah, I might offend New Japan guys now, but I gather it would be like if Okada signed for WWE now. I feel like it is that kind of thing.
I think
Yeah.
was it Tanahashi?
Tanahashi or Naito or someone then if it was, if
Yeah.
not Okada.
No, he was up there though. I think Nakamura was up there, wasn't he? I think.
So yeah, I thought so. He beat Brock Lesnar.
Tanahashi is not Tanahashi not the New Japan's John Cena though?
It could be. So is that a bigger deal? I don't know, but I
So
did
he's
see
been-
Okada.
I think
In the queue.
Okada's the
access.
top guy now, but as far as I'm aware, Tanahashi has been there at the top for quite a while.
Yeah, and I've heard of him. But I once got him confused with Takahashi, who has the cat, who was on a number of What Culture shows.
No,
Different people.
different people.
One doesn't have a cat.
But I think
But
you
anyway, so, it was just a graphic coming up because the sense of anticipation, because it was like digitizing on it where they just appear.
Yeah.
And everyone at the same time, there was nothing like to say it. It was just like everyone was like, whoa, and it was just like really the absolute buzz. And it was like, shit, I'm at a major wrestling event here. And I think that's when it really kicked in because we had about 3 hours sleep the night before.
That is true.
And
we still have the wrestling show to go to
the
afterwards.
rest of the show to go to, but I think that was it.
Oh boy.
You've made WrestleMania weekend now.
How would yeah, I think you did mention it on the back in the archives when we covered Takeover Dallas. It was is that like episode number 2, 3? It was really early on.
Episode 2? I think it was episode 2.
Two. Really early on.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Underrated episode.
It was hair standing up on the back of your arms, wasn't it? It was.
There was just something about it.
Do you mean hair standing up on the back of your neck?
And your arms, do you know what I mean?
Wherever you got hairs.
Maybe you've got hairs, Peters.
Fair enough.
That was for you because you haven't got much on your head.
Yeah. I was going to say
For
back
Christmas,
of the head.
I got a beard trimmer,
Oh,
and it does do body hair. So
Oh.
there you go.
It's-
Might get it shaved bald.
Please go bald.
No.
Or is
live,
it?
live on stream.
Is it do a cat angle? You know what I mean?
So 200 subscribers on YouTube.
That is my
we'll get-
2021 goal is 200 subscribers and 100 followers on
Yeah,
Twitch at
that's
twitch.tv/Bell
And
Nation.
if you reaches both of those, smooth Peters.
Oh. Oh,
How many subscribers to do a shoey?
1,000.
1,000? What, really? You'd shave your head first before you do a shoey?
Yeah, because hair grows back, doesn't it?
The shoey is over after 1 second. But
Yeah.
the guy's
You've seen his shoes.
His shoe, he's got a pair of new shoes, though, aren't them?
Yeah, they aren't doing it out them. The 17 quid they cost me.
If anybody doesn't know what a shoey is, it's basically what's known in the UK as a dirty pint. People might not know what a dirty pint is. Basically, every drink that everybody has, chuck it in. I'm sure if you're a student in the UK, if you
Ring of fire.
Oh, I thought it was just a beer in your shoe.
well, it's any drink, but it's better if it's a dirty pint.
I'll do a water then.
It's up to you, Peter.
You might as well have some nights if you drink out of shoe.
Yeah.
You might as well go for a White Claw Hard Seltzer Black Cherry Edition.
I bought into the hype. I am a seltzer fan now, so
I believe you had some Christmas Day, did you know?
I did have some Christmas
A
Day.
very kind, generous soul gave you a couple of
Yeah.
seltzers Christmas
That's
Day.
true. To be fair, I returned the favour. I gave you more than you gave me. So.
Yeah, one was a Christmas present, one was just out of generosity of my heart.
Well, you didn't.
One was just offering you a drink.
It was thoroughly delicious. And you know what? I didn't get bloated after it, so
No,
good
it's
stuff.
nice, isn't it? Yeah. That's the Rennies.
Could carry on. Moved on to Bud Light after that. So
Yeah.
good, underrated drink, Bud Light as well.
No, it's not.
For a cheap can, yeah, I know, it's up there.
It's just beer, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's
obviously I'm in my 30s now, so I'm like a distinguished craft ale drinker now.
Oh, that is true, but it's hard to. Yeah, craft ale's really good out of a pump.
Gets to stroke my beard a lot. So, no, I disagree. There's some good canned beers.
Having said that, I've just had a 24 cans of Brewdog and they're all delicious.
There you go.
So, here you go. Dave Peters, you knew straight away what your favourite live wrestling related but non-wrestling match moment was.
Walking into the AT&T Stadium at WrestleMania 32.
Ooh, that was good.
That was class, yeah.
Is that because the guys behind us?
No, when we actually just got into the doors, when we just walked through the doors, and that guy, the little ticket vendor man,
right.
steward man, sort of went, you've got good seats there, and then walking up onto that concourse bit, onto them up them steps, that's the word I'm looking for. And seeing the ring and seeing it all set up and just thinking, wow, it's actually making my hair stand up a little bit now.
On the back of your arms or the back of your neck?
On my face.
Not on the back of
just the fact that I was like, wow, I've actually made it to WrestleMania, because it was something like that Lou said after 31, like, shall we do it? And I was like, oh, fucking hell, go on then. And thinking like, is this actually ever going to happen? Like, because let's be honest, we're not the most organised people.
I mean,
sometimes,
I was prepared to go on my own if you all said no.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
The only reason I got the idea.
Watching wrestling at that point. I started watching wrestling after Lou said you want to go, and I went, yeah, all right.
Well, I was only watching the big pay-per-views at that point, and it was in San Francisco that year, 2031, and I'd just been to San Francisco on my own because I got sick of waiting for my mates to go on holiday, so I was like, I'm just going on my own. Right? And then I was like, bloody hell, I could have timed that differently. Got to WrestleMania, can I? So I was like, let's bloody do it.
It was the fact that, like, literally, I was going on about it, and my brother was like, he even said to me, like, the week before I was going, he was like, I didn't think you were actually ever going to go. I thought it was just one of these pipe dreams. And then to walk up the steps and actually see the fucking WrestleMania setup was pretty special, to be fair. It was like, literally, that's always been one of my dreams, is to go to WrestleMania. My next dream for WrestleMania was to be on the front row. But
you have to get a few promotions for that, Peter.
or a lottery win. But
you have to start spreading the podcast around on your YouTube channel for that.
But you know what I mean?
Get more advertisers. That's what the wrestling around is going to start.
You know what I mean?
Let's make it happen.
That like that's only, to be fair, coming after actually going to WrestleMania, because again, still didn't actually ever think I would go to WrestleMania.
To be fair, that was it was my sixth ever wrestling show.
I thought you were going to say 6th ever WrestleMania. I was going to say that's just a lie, and you know it.
No, I've been to two. Only. It would have been this year as well, wouldn't it? Because we do every year.
Yeah, we got into that pattern, didn't we?
Yeah, it would have been this year.
I think we decided against this year, though, because it was Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tampa just felt boring. No offense to our listeners in Tampa.
Yeah.
LA would have gone to. I would have gone to LA.
No, I want to go to somewhere where I wouldn't normally go.
Like Minnesota.
Yeah, that's always the one.
That stadium was amazing. That one and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh, I want to go there so much. Because I'm a bit of an architecture nerd, as you guys know. So those two are my bucket list.
I think Atlanta could be a shout, to be fair. Whereas I think Minnesota might be very not, because it's very cold there, to the point where it's like -10 on an evening.
Yeah, well, you wrap up warm, won't you, Peters? And well, we know what the cold does to you, as we saw in Chicago. Yeah, but
change.
My favourite thing about your moment there, Peters, was when we got to the seats, and clearly the guys behind us, two American fellas, seemed nice. Didn't really speak to them, but they seemed alright, didn't they?
Until
they both said they're clearly their first WrestleMania as well, and they said to us, "These are amazing guys," and we all just had a moment. There's 6 of us. There was 4 of us on the trip. And there was the 2 main guys. We all had at least 2 seconds of just, this is it. We've done it.
Yeah, like
it's a moment that I'll never forget.
Yeah, he was like, we're having a moment here, and then we joined him.
It's good.
In that moment.
It was good. It was glad. I'd love to know who he is. I'd love to imagine if he was a listener. That'd be even better.
Yeah, but
If you were that guy,
he came from Ashburn, Georgia, I think he said. He's in
I
a
heard
cowboy
it was
hat, so
I heard it was Ashburn, Virginia.
yeah, it could be one of them.
And Ashburn, we've got a few. No, Peter, that's a good moment, that Peters.
Yeah,
It's better than my favourite moment.
It was like the realization of literally. I know it's gonna go back to that bit of commentary, but literally a childhood dream,
Yeah.
an actual childhood dream.
I'm well enough for it.
It's good. Well, but this is emotional. For anybody who's thinking about going to a WrestleMania,
Just go. Honestly, go. It's the
Just
best
do
thing
it.
ever. It's
Yeah.
like
do
genuinely
it.
one of the best 2.5 weeks I've ever had.
And even if it's like, so 32 was panned by the critics.
I
Bloody loved it.
thought it was a
second of it.
terrific show. All the way through, I
It was
absolutely
your
loved
first
it.
WrestleMania. You know when they were like, oh, the crowd are going to get tired. It's 5 hours. Flew by. Absolutely flew by.
I
And it
even
was
went
just-
to you guys afterwards tonight. I literally could have done a day's worth of work, and it felt twice as long as what that did.
The
If
whole,
not 3 times.
it's not just a WrestleMania for me. It's the whole experience. It's the whole being in wrestling mode for 4 or 5 days. So
Yes.
I would obviously it's a personal decision, but I would encourage anybody to buy the full package.
Oh, the packages. I think the package is the best thing you can do. I know it
So
costs you more, but I think you've just got everything there. You don't have to worry about everything else. And
Even more so now. So he's got another one. So even more so now, you've got the NXT the takeovers, which is always amazing.
Mhm.
I don't think there's been a bad takeover, has there? You've got Raw, you've got SmackDown, you've got the Hall of Fame. Which I enjoyed the first one. I did not enjoy Hillbilly Jim in the second one I went to.
Yeah, but they've changed the format a bit now, haven't they?
Yeah. You've got all that. You've got the 2 access slots, which I would encourage anybody to go to. I've never been to any conventions before. That's not my bag really. But I enjoyed them, but every one I've been to. I think they got better the second
You
time.
went to that convention dressed as Doctor Who.
No,
That
well,
was you, wasn't it?
no, I'm panning the Doctor Who community because Christopher Eccleston's my favourite.
Yeah, you went, didn't you? And you got kicked out. You went in a big trench coat.
The judge got arrested.
WhoCon
Yeah.
2012 or whatever it was. And you got thrown out. I remember it well.
But I think that all adds up, and you stay in the hotel, you're surrounded by wrestling fans. Everywhere you look, someone's wearing a wrestling t-shirt. Remember that week in New Orleans where I was wearing a Cactus Jack t-shirt?
Wow, yeah, the attention you got for that
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It was just an innocuous t-shirt, wasn't it?
It was the Cactus Jack t-shirt, so the black t-shirt with a yellow poster. I literally could not go about 10 minutes without someone shouting bang bang at me.
do you remember when I had that ECW t-shirt and we went around that corner and those guys on the other side of the street just shouted ECW at us?
No matter what t-shirt you have, somebody will have a chat.
It's true. I wore an Adam Pacitti t-shirt too. I don't have to take off a Blackpool on it. So much attention to the pub, it was unreal.
And that Australian guy at Takeover Blackpool.
Oh,
Special. Do you know
I'll do
what?
that.
To be fair, special mention to him.
he was alright, and the fact he was so cold with that man who got on the wrong train, it made me love him even more.
What a moment.
Just,
I mean,
They got the wrong train.
you got to feel bad for the guy who got on the train. He asked someone for directions.
you couldn't
And
imagine
just
it
the guy who replies with an Australian accent, asking if he's on a train from Leeds to Bradford. He could not have got someone
Like the
everywhere.
worst opinion ever.
He's like, I don't know, I'm not from around here.
classic stuff.
That was it. Shout out. But yeah, obviously
And then
where
we
you
actually
wrestled
saw him
around
in the
t-shirts.
venue as well, didn't we? We saw that guy in the venue.
We did, yeah.
It was
Well, me and Lou did anyway.
I was keeping the seats warm.
Yeah, you were.
It was
Yeah,
a-
anyway, WrestleMania.
That's a good
Yeah.
moment, that Peters, and it's a lot more.
After
He's
being
got some,
boiled,
he's thinks so, it's so shit, hasn't he?
and that was after being boiled to death waiting to actually get into the thing, because that sun was hot.
And we got lucky.
We got really lucky to get
We
in.
saw the pre-show.
When you
Yeah.
watch that Ryback match back,
Oh, it's empty.
and there's no one. Yeah, it's like going to like a Ryback signing these days, and there's just no one there.
I had it more like a Virgil signing.
It's like going to like a Ryback podcast listener convention.
Do you
No
remember
one-
in Brooklyn when we saw the Raw, the go home Raw, and obviously we was like, we've got, I don't know how we ended up there, but we ended up on the sides. We couldn't
No,
really.
it's 'cause I bought the cheap tickets. That's why.
That's
To be
right.
fair, it don't matter. It's only
$20
ball. You won't really
$20
see the screen.
$20.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good stuff. You couldn't see the
$20
screen.
for.
You couldn't see anybody coming out. You remember when Ryback came out and the fireworks were genuinely the loudest things I've ever heard.
Still
You
don't know
and me
what it
both jumped.
Yeah.
I think I've still got a bit of PTSD every time I hear a loud bang.
There is a great one of that.
Christmas, I'm still shuddering.
Another
Go
mention
on.
of Cousin Tom. But there's one where we're at SmackDown taping in Sheffield in I was at uni, so I think it was 2009. And he was just filming because the main event was Chris Jericho vs Undertaker. And he was filming it. Kane did running. And the fireworks just shot up. And he's got a video of him dropping his phone. Because it just Kane shook him up.
Go on then, Ross. What's yours?
I think we can all agree that mine's the best moment out of everyone.
Oh,
And it takes place at Hull City Hall during the opening promo of Nathan Cruz. Adam Flex Maxted of Love Island fame comes out.
Yep. Go on.
They're having a verbal battle. Nathan Cruz gets on top, attacks him, wants to get a chair, so he jumps out the ring. But from our vantage point, he tries to do the real cool thing. You've seen loads of wrestlers do it. Where they jump out the ring real quick, don't they, and land on the feet on the floor.
Yep.
Nathan Cruz. And they fly on his face. Genuinely my favourite non-wrestling moment of all time. Nathan Cruz falling out of the ring. I can't remember what the pay-per-view was called. It was NGW.
Ultimate Showdown.
Was it our first NGW show?
Yes,
It was, yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
The
you and
Ultimate
me then
Showdown,
went
was
to.
it?
We've been to 2 together, haven't we? And then you and me went to one, didn't we, Ross?
Yeah. We went to they had like a ladder match Royal Rumble or something, weren't they? They had a
Yeah, we were sat the other side, weren't we? Of what we
We
went
had
to that
much
one.
better seats that one because it was right on the end. I think me and Lou got battered. We went and punched afterwards for a
Yeah.
few pints.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
So-
driving. I'll tell you what a
Good
pub
stuff.
punch is, by the way. What a pub.
Oh.
What a pub.
But I thought it goes down, but it hasn't. So I'm
Back
both
open. Yeah, I think it just boarded up, didn't it? When a lockdown happened.
But that, I mean, it's not as heartwarming as 10 years. It's not as exciting as Lou's, but I honestly, it took me about an hour to stop laughing.
Honestly,
Bearing in mind we were near the end of the show at that point as well, and he'd finally calmed down
just in time.
like a
to
child
go
on
over.
Christmas Eve.
Oh,
It was great there. I mean, heel heat, but it wasn't the right heel heat, was it really? But yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
That's why he's not in WWE.
Honourable mention to
I was trying to get heat with all the wrestlers now. Ryback, Nathan Cruz, come on.
yeah, brilliant take us on. Honourable mention to Lou. You mentioned it in your favourite match. Adam Pachi against glow sticks thrown at him.
Yeah.
Honourable mention to that. That was a great.
I don't know if they set that up on purpose. They always deny it, don't they? They said they were hoping it was going to happen, but obviously they didn't want it. I can't remember. They said I don't think they gave them out. It was just a fan who gave them out, wasn't it?
It was a fan. Yeah, it was a full fan thing, wasn't it? I think they must have known that was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, he hung up, didn't he, on the apron for a good while. So
I think he was planning on it. Yeah.
But the shots of him with the glow sticks just coming towards him. Right. It's Adam Pachetti. It's Adam Pachetti.
I'd also
mate.
like to honourable mention to Shane McMahon as well.
Which
Off the top of the cell. Come on. That is pretty damn special. And me having the world's quickest piss when The Rock comes out.
That's true.
That's
He
nice.
missed it. I
He
mean,
was
to be fair,
quick-
the Rock took
quick
20 minutes
yeah.
to light his name on fire, so you would have seen him anyhow.
I
nearly killed a woman carrying nachos the name when DDP came out. And,
Yeah, you had DDP. We're all shouting Lou like you can hear us in 100,000 people.
So very
Lou.
TDP, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal starts. DDP gets his own entrance. It's obviously Lou's favourite wrestler. He loves him. He didn't wear the DDP t-shirt because I ordered them too late. He came after we'd been.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the wearing? Oh, I was wearing my signed Edge t-shirt, wasn't he?
Signed Edge
I
t-shirt.
signed that morning.
I had
Yeah.
my DX t-shirt on that I met Ron Simmons in.
Yeah, good. That was good. So Rob Terry.
Whoa.
Rob Terry.
Whoa.
What are you saying there? Rob Terry.
Yeah, this was before Terry Peters.
Yeah, it was.
It was Walter Poob at the time,
Walter
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot of poo.
But yeah, and cousin Tom, we was decided to shout. Lou was in the toilet, so he was miles away. Lou, where are you? like he could hear us, but somehow he knew.
I came running down because it was like because we were in like on the club level. There was actual doors going to the concourse, weren't they? That for some reason weren't propped open. So there was this woman struggling to get through with like a bunch of nachos and beers. And I was like, really? It would have been easy if I just helped her, but I was just like, get out of the way. Just
Get out of the way.
open the door. I held the door open for one side got through.
Yeah.
I won't let an egg go through first because I mean, it stuck behind her for ages. So I got through, and then I just came back to my seat, flashing the diamond.
I was going to say, we saw him running down the stairs, doing the diamonds.
Oh dear.
Because I did, weirdly, I tried to start a DDP chant earlier in our show, not knowing he was going to be on. Just wanted to start a DDP chant.
We had such good seats.
Yeah. What a weekend that was. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it more. But...
Incredible.
Oh, speaking of that week, the week before, another big pop for me, MSG. They're going, he's ruined it. The coach came back, but it was the way. I think it was a JoJo announcing, and she was like, "Please welcome Phil back. He's been away from WWE for a long time, and he'd been to all these other places." And I was like, "Oh my god, it's the coach!" And I think everyone was like, "It's not the coach, come on." And then it was, hard hitting, and he comes
up there with the best music.
Oh, it was great.
That was my
great promo with the New Day.
That was
he appeared in the Hall of Fame as well, didn't he? He was all over the place.
And then he got the job afterwards, didn't he? That was my first wrestling show since Vic, Kane and Vic.
Yeah. What a shame.
That was like my first WWE shows in MSG.
I've got a bit of a not an announcement, but a bit of a confession to make in that.
An announcement. Peter's getting married.
No.
Well, that's Peters.
In that AJ Styles match, I actually started to fall asleep because we'd been awake that goddamn long. I was just like that in my seat. Well, I felt as though I had, but I said something to you that I was obviously like half dreaming about and half aware that I knew where I was.
Is this a Madison Square Garden?
Yeah. And
do you know why we were sleep deprived?
Yeah. And then I said something to Ross.
Anybody doesn't know, we'd been awake for near on 24 hours.
No, it's 36 hours.
36 hours.
Yeah.
We'd flown there from England. It's a 9-hour flight or something like that. And we've been on. Yeah. We bought the cheap tickets. Me and Lou were both 6 foot plus. We didn't have extra leg room. Yeah. So it turns out you need when you're going that far, which is a mistake. We did it.
Not needed it.
Yeah, Terry Peters is not. We had two very. No, that was on the way back, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let's not get onto that. I'm trying to go to Christmas.
We were part of the dragon there. But still, it was on Aer Lingus. We didn't have the room. Me and cousin Tom had a good night's sleep, and we got up at normal time. Me and Tom didn't even set an alarm. We just woke up. That's how good of a sleep we had. Lou drew the short straw. He was sharing a room with Terry Peters. Terry Peters' alarm went off at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
5:30.
5:30.
We'd be.
No, that wasn't the worst part, right? The worst part was we woke up, it was going off. I went, "Is that your alarm?" Yeah. And she goes, "Yeah." Stays in bed. That was the most annoying part. I was like, "You have to turn it off." Because that's about you. Because I got an iPhone, and the alarm goes off for 15 minutes before you turn it off. I think eventually, Peter sensed a tone and got out of bed, turning the alarm off.
Oh, it was I
asked you to turn it off at one point, didn't it? Because you were close to it. Because I had top bunk.
Yeah. We spent 4-5 nights in New York.
Yeah.
Me and Tom every morning said, "I wonder what the old married couple are arguing about this morning." Because guarantee we got up, got changed, everything, got showered and that, got ready. We was fine. Me and Tom was absolutely loving it until the Great Screwjob in Philadelphia. Which is a mini golf story for another time. Which I would like Tom to be on the show to defend his actions.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'll tell you what, I'll call it now. WrestleMania 32 5th anniversary. We'll get Tom on the show.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll do it.
Final podcast will do it.
But at this point, me and Tom were the best of friends. This was before the screw job. He used to say what the old married couple arguing about today. Guaranteed would knock on their door and they'd be arguing about something. I think the night we got there, did we not go to Dave and Buster's?
We did. I had a glorious sandwich.
Do you remember I had that margarita and finished it in about 30 seconds flat?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, St. Peter's got the mag. I had a Lagunitas IPA.
I had a fantastic sandwich that was half beef, half mac and cheese.
I had nachos.
And I had a Corona reset, no relation to the current Corona.
Did you have nachos as your main meal, Beers?
Yeah, of course I did. It's me, innit? We went to Hard Rock Cafe and I had margaritas my main meal. Nachos my main meal.
This was Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, no, but I'm on about I had it everywhere for my main meal.
I had a bucket of ribs with 4 mini cheeseburger sliders.
I remember some woman taking one of your tater tots as well. She was like, "Can I have one of your tater tots?" And I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever.
She looked like Anna Kendrick.
She looked like Anna Kendrick.
I don't know Anna Kendrick.
Brian's sister.
From Pitch Perfect. Anna Kendrick.
No,
She's not been in any good film since.
No.
I mean, some would say that isn't a good film.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No.
No. In all three, pal.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
So we'd been there. We'd had a few beers. You know, we needed the sleep. Basically, is what I'm saying.
It's true.
But the problem is, we'd arrived like mid-afternoon in New York, hadn't we? And so we didn't want to waste time by going to sleep when we got there and completely fuck our body clocks up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. It's good, solid call.
No,
I mean,
to be fair, it is a solid call.
Ross and Tommy perfectly.
Me and Tom were fully refreshed. We'd had a good 8 hours.
5 years later, I still don't think I've recovered from that. Do you know what? Is there anything more damaging to your body clock than being a wrestling fan in the UK?
No, it's not. Do you remember WrestleMania, which we did it in a week? 33. We did. You stayed at my house and we watched it all.
Replicated WrestleMania weekend from home. Crazy stuff. Yeah.
We had the buffet and everything. It was good stuff.
I stayed all weekend at yours. We watched Hall of Fame, Takeover, WrestleMania.
St. Peter's came around for the pre-show, and we were it was the WrestleMania when the Hardys came back, and we was going to text you, so you woke up saying, "Oh my God, the Hardys have come back," to ruin it for you.
Yeah, because I'd foolishly not taken that Monday off work, had I? And I was at work, so I'd come round from the pre-show, and like you said, they'd gone home.
Do you remember
to go to work?
Do you remember the WrestleMania meetings we used to have? So obviously, there's 4 of us. We're planning WrestleMania. We was not just doing WrestleMania. I think it was about 3 weeks. We was in America.
About 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, 2.5 to 3 weeks. We'd gone to New York. We'd gone to Philadelphia, Washington,
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City. Come on.
There's a story there. We went into Dallas and went to Chicago, back to New York. So we'd been there a while. It's fair to say a lot of planning. In fact, Lou did on his own. He did on his own, and everything worked out really smoothly.
I should, if I wasn't a computer programmer, I think I would be. If I wasn't a podcast sensation, I think I would be a travel agent.
Which went really smoothly. But before that, we had WrestleMania meetings at home, which basically just ended up with we put on an old wrestling show.
And watch it.
And I talked about it.
They didn't do anything about
it. It was weirdly 4 years later. We thought we should record what we're saying here.
So that was a precursor to these. The WrestleMania meetings we used to have.
We literally decided like one thing one time. I remember buying something. No, and anyone, my PayPal didn't work, so I had to buy it next day anyway.
I think we not decide we'll go to the Terry Funk barbecue.
And didn't do that anyway.
We didn't do it.
What was the other one? Kevin Nash.
The Kevin
Nash party, or whatever it was.
We didn't do that either, did we?
Shenanigans. Yeah.
Which we didn't decide to do anyhow.
So time well spent, really, looking back on it.
It's basically just 4 mates having a few beers watching wrestling under the guise of, we're doing some travel planning.
Yeah.
I did do any stuff.
Good stuff. Other live moments that I've enjoyed, meeting the wrestlers, because I quite enjoy meeting the wrestlers. Big Show was one up there because he's the Big Show, and to be fair, it's one of the only wrestlers that mine and your dad, Luke's dad knows.
Yeah, I'm Booker T.
Booker T. We never met Booker T, but he was up there. Meeting Ron Simmons, and the more I think about Ron Simmons,
that was pretty cool.
It gets cooler every time I think about it. So I think as the years go on, Ron Simmons was up there. Yeah. An unmemorable moment, one I'd like to forget, Ted Peters, was waiting in the queue for 2 hours for Samoa Joe.
Oh, fuck that.
Only to replace the Ty Dillon Jars, were about 5 people off the front.
Yeah.
It's Charles Spears now. The AEW legend.
You know what?
We fished out there, didn't we?
If it'd been a year after,
we'd have been there. Yeah, I'd have stayed. I mean, looking back on it, we probably should have just stayed anyway.
Do you know what's more annoying, Peters?
So it's tight.
When I went with Lou to New Orleans, they had Alistair Black, and then the person who came out after Alistair Black was Velveteen Dream.
Yeah,
They're level. They're
fine. You just stayed.
But Samoa Joe to Ty Dillinger. This is what 2016.
Yeah.
They're not on the same level.
Samoa Joe had just headlined Takeover Night before, hadn't
he?
Yeah.
Ty Dillinger was not even on the show, I don't believe.
Yeah, it is. The way they do Access is weird, isn't it? Because it's like, so when we met the Big Show, obviously I was very pleased to meet the Big Show, and I was obviously very pleased to meet that old American New Yorker in the queue.
Do you mean Jerry Still?
What experience that was. Hey, Math. How long we got? Like, how he's coping in COVID times, the amount of touch people when he talks to him. I have no idea.
Yeah, I imagine he's somebody
nothing like that. Nothing like that. You want a nonce.
Just very friendly man. Very friendly. There was an Irish fella there.
He used to grab your arm quite a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because it was the guy in front of. So he was in front of us, and the guy in front of him. They recognised each other from a previous Access where they in the queue together, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which is just bad.
And we somehow got
it's easy, like, considering it's like 70,000 wrestling fans there. How often do you bump into the same people?
But
like those two Welsh kids who we bumped into, like,
good lads.
Yeah, and we bumped into at the hotel.
Could you try again?
What was you trying to do then? What was you trying to do something through one?
No, it was just fun to watch. Yeah. It's two Welsh lads that we sat next to, and it said that they were in the wrong seats.
I'll explain that story in a bit.
Bumped into the hotel, bumped into on Bourbon Street. It was just we bumped into everywhere, didn't we? It was like, same with the boss man.
Yeah, I think, and then American guys we were sat next to, and annoyingly the two Irish guys a couple of seasons in front of us.
The coal miners.
Yeah.
The less about them, the better.
Them shirts have never been washed because of the run.
Yeah. Do you know what, right? I was watching darts today, and I realised I really don't like Brendan Dolan. And I think a big part of that is because he looks like the guy, looks and sounds like that guy.
I'll meet you on Bourbon Street. You're a plastic paddy. I'll meet you on Bourbon Street.
Oh my god, that guy. There was one on the show where I was just right next to him, and I was just like, I think it's Takeover New Orleans, so obviously nothing could ruin that.
I don't think it was Takeover New Orleans, was it?
Everything was in that arena, wasn't it?
Raw and SmackDown was right there, wasn't we?
Yeah, it was something. But yeah, no, it was good. I think that's a good thing about the package as well, actually. Is that you get to know the people around you, don't you? Because you're always signing somewhere else. If you get good wrestling fans signing it,
them two American fellas.
Yeah, like it's great. Yeah, you get to see everyone. You get to like kind of you can discuss the show and stuff, and like you sat next to people like it's like City, isn't it? Like or football in general, where you know people and you talk to them like once every 2 weeks, and you don't. You weren't knowledge from outside of City.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
He is.
I can wish. But it was like that.
We said to the podcast with him.
Yeah. This random guy that stands next to you saying, and like 10 years later you do a podcast. Which is your experience, Ross, essentially.
Yeah, but I met him at a Scroobius Pip gig. That's how I was first introduced to Terry Peters.
The day before your driving test.
The day before my driving test, which I passed.
Yeah, I met him at a house party in West Hull.
So there you go. That was before Bell Nation. That was before Terry Peters. It was only just Robert L.
No one. I was there, Baby Whitlam.
Oh God.
Yeah, because I think I just noticed that this guy's Whitlam, isn't he?
Yeah, that is true. Another one of my favourite moments, Lou, is you might remember this. There's a few. It's not wrestling related. It's more crowd related.
Right.
Peters, I wish he was there to see it. There wasn't that many crowd moments, apart from that German fella not understanding that row O, as in the letter O, didn't mean zero on the seats.
Is this the guy who Terry Peters tripped up with a foot-long margarita glass?
I think
Two foot long margarita glass.
That's also one of my favourites.
Yeah, it was.
So I can't remember the name of the stadium who was in.
It was Dallas, wasn't it? American Airlines Arena.
American Airlines Arena, I think.
Is this for Raw? This was Raw, wasn't it?
It was the Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Raw after Mania. I've got a beer. Lou and Tom have got a beer probably. Tom's maybe got a Coke. I think you might have heard the Coke. It was quite we'd been in America for 2 weeks. We was drained.
Mhm. I just had a lot of sangria in the bar before as well.
Yeah, that is true.
Hot and that. Yeah.
Oh, is that with the guy who you thought might murder you?
Yeah, that was the creepiest waiter I've ever come
Does
across.
he not
It was
remind you a bit of Mauro Ronaldo?
no, it reminded me of the guy from Will and Grace. Not Will, the friend.
Okay.
Sean. Is it Sean Hayes? I was going to say Sean Hayes.
I've not watched much of Will and Grace.
But anyway, no, I think that's the actor's name. Sean. I think it's Sean.
Oh,
Hayes.
I had the greatest beer I've ever tasted today. It's called Revolver Blood and Honey. If
No,
anybody's
it was called Cold Snap by Samuel Adams.
that is delicious, and they don't make it anymore, which deeply upsets me because I've
Seasonal,
tried to buy it since.
Seasonal.
If anybody's in Texas and they have a beer, Revolver Blood and Honey, delicious. Try it again. I've only had it once, but it was genuinely.
Actually, no. If you're in Texas, Ross, do you want to read out your address? Ship over some. No, email us on wrestleroundireland.com and I'll buy you up with a case of Revolver Blood and Honey.
Let us know, and I'll send you my personal address. If you can if anybody can send me a case of Revolver, I'll even accept a 6-pack at this point.
We will read your name out on the podcast. So,
if you want to send me a big ridiculous barrel, that will be fine.
We'll read your name out on the podcast, and we'll send you a lock of Terry Peters' hair once he reaches 200 subscribers. So
you get it now, because that ain't gonna last forever.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
I was going to say...
what was Ross's favourite crowd moment?
It was one of my favourite crowd moments. I can't remember now.
Next question.
No, I was saying it wasn't the German guy who got confused and he was moving seats left, right, and centre. And I remember the guy saying to Tom, "You're in the wrong seat." Tom went, "No, I'm not." That conversation ended.
Boom.
It was, Lou. Do you remember the guy? Well, there was just two, so I'll do the first one because it's easy to explain. So there was a guy in the New Orleans Stadium. I can't remember what it's called. MetLife? Is it MetLife? No, that's not MetLife.
Mercedes-Benz. Oh, it's Superdome. Everyone knows that.
The Superdome. Silverdome, if you will.
The Silverdome, brother.
There was a guy dressed like Ric Flair.
Yes.
There was two guys who unfortunately stood up in front of this guy dressed like Ric Flair who wouldn't sit down. It was
my God. Why would you... Yeah.
During the AJ Styles Nakamura match, which it fell flat. Let's be honest, it fell flat.
It did, but I think a lot of it was because there was just this shenanigans going on in the crowd for our part.
He couldn't really pay attention because he was too busy watching these. There was two guys standing up there. Ric Flair, unfortunately, was stood behind, which didn't stop. A lot of Americans going, "Hey, Ric Flair, sit the fuck down."
Ric Flair, sit the fuck down.
He was getting a lot of abuse, and he kept turning around saying, "I'm trying." He's just a man who wanted to watch his wrestling.
Yeah, and then when they got kicked out. Yeah.
He got kicked out eventually. One of them turned around. He was acting like a big guy. He turned around and he had genuinely like the baby belts. Small souvenir belts you can buy. One of them on his pointless. I mean, this was halfway through the show. You've been paid and you've been kicked. I mean, just sit down. Do you know what I mean?
I get his point. He was like, stand up because it's going to be such a great match. And then he was just like, "Oh no, I'll stand up." Just sit down at that point. But to the point where like the ushers like sit down.
Was he escorted back? I'm pretty sure
it's to the police to come out. Police department escorted him out.
What's going on?
Not worth it.
And then after that, there was a guy dressed like a referee who sat in the wrong seat initially.
Well, he stole his seat, and he was like, "We get better seats."
The referee tried to steal his seat initially, but he sat in the wrong seat. And then there was some beard guy saw the reaction this guy was getting, and then moved over and casually turned around and went, "Are these seats taken?" Sat down in them seats before moving back. But the referee guy, let's call him Jimmy Corderas.
The Jimmy Corderas.
Was that excited about stealing the seats. He was jumping about so much. Somebody else shouted at him to sit down. So that's my first fan-related moment.
Speaking of Ric Flair, I think we need to discuss when we're walking to AT&T Stadium.
Yes.
We walk past the petrol station. Ric Flair walks out of his six-pack.
So this is like 80s Ric Flair.
80s
This
Ric
is
Flair.
prime Ric Flair. Blue suit, blonde hair, and the rest of the Four Horsemen just stood behind him. It's one of the moments where you think, is this happening? Have I just seen that?
That's true. You know, as Michael Cole said, what a WrestleMania moment.
My second point, Lou, was It was at Takeover New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy there. He was wearing an Undisputed Era t-shirt. I was wearing a British Strong Style t-shirt. I was extremely upset that Roderick Strong, the coward, turned on Pete Dunne.
Shocking.
I was the only person upset in the full arena about that. I was the only person booing the Undisputed Era. Yeah, there was a man. He was about 20, in his 20s when he was with his mum. Couple of rows in front. Who had the Undisputed Era, and I could see this red T-shirt underneath. So he was cheering all the way through the Undisputed Era. He thought Johnny Gargano was coming out, and he really, I cannot stress this enough, how much he wanted to be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
He strips off his shirt. There's a Johnny Gargano T-shirt underneath. It's like, oh my god, 10th of the century. This fan, he loves Undisputed Era, but he also loves Johnny Gargano. Realised Johnny Gargano wasn't coming out, so he put back on. Undisputed Era T-shirt. Beers, I wish you could have seen this because you'd have loved it. He put back on his Undisputed Era T-shirt. Then Johnny Gargano finally come out, so he does it again. He stands up and takes his T-shirt off. Yeah, he's wearing Johnny Gargano. He's having the time of his life. He keeps standing up for the match until one person, I assume, he was behind us, so he must have been. I think we were two rows behind to the right.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really getting in our way. You could see him. It is what it is. He's enjoying himself. He's loving it. Fair play to him, pal. It's maybe his first takeover. He's obviously loving it. There was a guy who was behind us. He must have been 5 or 6 rows behind. He said, "Sit the fuck down." And I have never in my life seen a man hit the deck quicker than that guy.
Sat down like Matt Hancock, and then he just collapsed straight into his seat.
Straight away. As soon as down had come out that man's mouth, he never stood up since.
No. So basically, your favourite crowd moment is someone else's moment being ruined.
Misfortune.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, cool.
It's up there.
Yeah, who was that? Do you remember that time when there was that real white kid who took his shirt off? Oh, I know that one.
One of my favourite crowd moments in St. Peter's. You'll know exactly where I'm coming from here. Was we're in Newcastle. We're watching it was still WCPW, What Culture Pro Wrestling World Cup. There's a boy there. He's in his 20s, early 20s. A couple of years ago, I reckon he's about 24, 25. He's got a bottle of rosé wine. He's there with his mates. He's probably, I reckon he's 5 of his mates.
Probably fell asleep in a bar afterwards.
He bought a bottle of wine, because someone told him to buy a bottle. There's a Zack Sabre Jr. match going on. Jake Hager had already been out. Jake Hager had been out of wrestling been out of WWE for a few months. We the People was not a thing anymore. There's a young man stands up and shouts, "We the People."
Yes, I did.
It was, of course, Aaron. Terry Peters. Terry Peters, explain yourself.
I mean, I don't really remember how much of it. I'd absolutely smashed.
So basically,
all I could say is that I give in to peer pressure quite well, and that match was very boring. Because I remember getting a lot of laughs.
It was, to be fair, even the people behind us were laughing. To give a bit of context, Terry Peters bought a bottle of wine, realised he didn't like said wine.
I just ranked that wine.
It was Echo Falls Rosé, you're wrong. It's delicious.
It's not.
So me and Luke came up with a game to make Terry Peters drink his wine. He spent a lot of money, 20 quid.
Yeah, it's to help.
But far too much on what that wine should have been.
I think you spent the amount on one bottle of wine as we spent on.
It's probably a 300% markup.
About 8 pints, I think.
Yeah.
We were buying 2 at a time. 2 bottles at a time, weren't we?
Yeah.
Because one of my other favourite non-wrestling moments was friend of the show, Adam Hollins. It just reminded me of Alan Partridge. So there was the plastic bottles. They were taking the caps off for us. Obviously, don't throw them in. But friend of the show, Adam Hollins, has has one on his belt, I think.
Yes.
It's not even that funny. The woman was about to do it, and he just put his hand in and went, no, I'll do it.
No, it is funny because Adam has one of those manners where anything he does is just hilarious. So if he's doing something funny, it's like Joe Gow on Impractical Jokers. Like, it's funny if someone regular does it, but if Adam does it, he just does it in such a ridiculous manner.
It was just funny.
It was just such a flamboyant way of going, no. Then he made it 10 times bigger than it should have been.
It reminded me exactly the time of Alan Partridge taking a 12-inch plate to breakfast and not the 10-inch plate. Someone tries to take it to wash it, and he went, no, I'll keep that, thank you. So Terry Peters had spent 20 quid on a bottle of wine. He wasn't enjoying it, so we decided to make a game. So anytime there was a count, that was how many sips he had to have. We didn't know that Angelico would be counted out to 10 in the first round. The first match of the night.
Was there not a last man standing match after that or something?
Yeah.
And then I think I had to do it every Rumble elimination as well.
Just think
I got
wine.
I got wankered, and I then fell asleep in a bar.
That is true. We went into a rock bar. We all bought the same drink, but it come 3 different ways.
Yeah,
Which,
no drink consistency.
It was a fancy cocktail, but it was basically Jack Daniels and orange juice, I think.
Yeah,
I think
but
so.
it was-
One of
the
them
only
was
thing that was
delicious.
consistent
Which
was
one it was?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mine
Terry
was like a beans can.
Yeah, it did. Terry Peters fell asleep on a settee, not the settee West sat on, the one next to it, and he woke up surrounded by loads of different people. It was a good do. So, is anybody got any favourite moments then? Gone through them all.
I'm trying to think of it. This classic
Shot-
cheat again.
Shots Osprey guy as well.
Is he favourite though? He wound me up.
Nah, he's just funny, isn't he? Just the way that he was obviously doing it to be a meme.
Be on TV, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Nobody cares. So my next question for everybody's is that favourite live show. So the full thing, full shebang.
I'll go first here.
Sure.
Peters knows. Peters understands.
Take over Dallas.
I would be inclined to agree with you.
Barring the Austin Aries Baron Corbin match, which I slated on our show in the archives, which you can check out at Wrestling Around on Spotify. It was unbelievable. That match was crap, but the rest was really good.
Every other match was really good though. Bailey Asuka was really good.
Obviously, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn was unbelievable. Finn versus Joe in the main event.
Even though Joe had a horrendous cut, which looks worse since we've watched it back, that was still a very good match.
American Alpha in the tag titles against Revival.
That was like the start of Revival's incredible run.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they do more of American Alpha on the main roster? I don't know. No, it would be that guy, but they should have.
That's probably one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Genuinely one of the best, apart from cardio, obviously.
It was one of them shows where you're watching it and you know
you're watching something special.
Show.
Yeah, that was special. We all walked out of there and were like, right, well, that was ridiculous. One of my mates, he actually messaged me and was like, I cannot believe you've actually just watched that live.
We had unbelievable seats as well.
This was like the day after as well.
Seats.
Because he didn't want to actually sleep in pattern being British, but
it was incredible. It was incredible. I'm going to agree with that. I think that was probably my favourite show of all time.
I'd be very surprised if it isn't the WrestleMania 34 takeover.
He's a wild card though, Lou.
Yeah, I know, but I'd be very surprised if it isn't
wild card.
Well, believe. Do you know what? I don't know. So, I think in some ways, as much as the takeover shows are like proper good quality, I think just the fact of like being at WrestleMania was pretty cool. So like, I think WrestleMania 32 is up there, but I'm not gonna go with that.
All right.
So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, WrestleMania 34, because that's in WrestleMania 32.
Nope.
No. WCPW refused to lose in Newcastle. Headline, well, obviously there's the Adam Pacitti heel turn with the whole Joseph Connors Mike Garbage match.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry, Kurt Angle main event. Just a bloody good do, wasn't it? From start to finish.
It was
a properly rabid crowd.
It was a good crowd, and
you can't take away like a good crowd.
The crowd didn't get annoying, which was
take over Blackpool this year as well for similar reasons.
Oh, that was a good show. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that was a good
my,
show.
That's from my show, Oliver.
Yeah.
Takeover Blackpool's a very good show. Oh, that was one of the moments I meant to say. Undisputed Era coming out at Takeover Blackpool.
When he ran right past it, so I wish I was quick
He
enough for my camera.
literally ran right past it. Because we was on... we had bad seats. Like, probably the worst seats you could get. No, it's no fault of anyone.
All this show has been so far as a kicking at the seats I've been buying.
To be fair, I didn't think they were that bad. But
I enjoyed them.
It was only bad because you couldn't see the screen.
And also, it's because the people in front have been so negative about it that you tend to be, when people are being negative about it, you tend to be negative about it, which is why I don't listen to as many or watch as many wrestling YouTube videos as I used to.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want people to shit on something I've enjoyed.
Exactly. But that's the only issue. Having said that, if we wasn't sat in them seats, we would not have seen Undisputed Era run straight past us.
Mm-hmm. You're literally straight past it. It's you could feel the air. You could feel the air.
Straight away, you knew something that the rest you knew everyone who wasn't watching. So he was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, because weirdly before that, 2 minutes before, Adam Cole came up to me and went, "Lou, I'm going to run in a minute." And I was like, "Bloody hell, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, don't tell anyone." So I was like, "Yeah, no worries. I said can I leave it 11 months and then just mention this conversation on the podcast?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine, mate, baby."
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a good lad.
So that's what I've done now.
He's a good lad.
Revealed that for the first time.
So you're picking WCW Refuse to Lose?
I think so. Which sounds ridiculous considering I've been to WrestleManias. I don't know. Takeover New Orleans is up there.
Hey, personal.
I gotta lie. I've not been to a wrestling show that I've not enjoyed. The closest I got was that Raw in Brooklyn because the crowd was dicks. Frankly.
No, I'll rephrase that. The section we was in was just full of dicks.
Just dicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've not. It's wrestling. It's the best form of entertainment.
To be fair, I've enjoyed it. And I think if you went to any Raw, so let's say the worst Raw, everyone says this is terrible, this is awful, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. If you was there in person, I think you'd probably enjoy it a bit more.
I think so. I think TV tapings are genuinely slower. I would.
Yeah, definitely.
If the WWE came, when they come again for tours, when it's all over, I would honestly recommend going to a house show rather than going to a TV taping. Because there's that many commercial breaks, and sometimes, if it's not live, they'll retape things. But I would recommend going to a house show because it's just fun.
Any show, any wrestling show. I've enjoyed. We've been to a few NGW shows now. They've been great. I've not been to the WCW show. I haven't enjoyed. A wild card, because I'm going to agree with you, Peters. I think Takeover Dallas is the best show I've ever been to. Just because I can't get over the Zayn Nakamura match. I can't. That will forever be my favourite ever match. But even the WCPW shows were great. The NGW shows were great. Just even the New Japan show we went to, Royal Quest I really enjoyed it. The crowd was well into that.
Oh, honourable shout out to WCPW Stacked. I want to say it was 2017.
Was that the one with Aaron Rex?
It was. I went to it in Leeds.
Right.
But there was 2 matches. They advertised mainly Rey Mysterio versus Ricochet. But I think it was Marty Scurll versus Will Ospreay that headline.
Okay.
It was the Tuesday or Wednesday before the World Cup final. It was when they did they had a stretch of shows where they did one night for every night for a week. That was just a really fun show as well. There was I had War Machine as they were known then against the Briscoes in a War Machine rules, which is basically a street fight. But Jay Briscoe couldn't take part in it, so it was Jay Lethal instead. Yeah. But it was just what a ridiculously stacked show.
Yeah.
For the O2 Academy in Leeds, ridiculous.
It's one of my favourite shows. Is probably the first WCW we went to, where Aaron Rex was the big star, family known as Damien Sandow. I just thought it was really good. I just thought it was really good. I mean, I was battered because we was right near the bar.
Apart from that drive home.
Yeah, Peters drove home. It should have took 2.5 hours. It took about 5.
The fun of that show was going in that spiral car park, not getting a space, and come back out again.
What was
Leaving
that?
in that real shitty car park.
Stupidly tight spirals car park. I always think, I think it's his fault.
I remember that.
I
remember parking in the middle of Newcastle and thinking I was going to walk back and my car was going to be on bricks.
Yeah.
I worked in Newcastle for a week after that. I spent a week there doing the job. And I drove past that car park. And it looks really good in the daylight, so I'm not surprised you picked it. It does look all right.
I believe that was one of the tradition of us having Nando's before wrestling show started.
Yeah,
Which is
I caught
a long
Gasly.
standing tradition.
Yeah,
I caught Gasly on Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
there we go. So good times for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's our favourite live shows. So that's our favourite live shows. This is just for us for time. We're doing a bit of reminiscing here, aren't we? We're good. This is our favourite from all the times we've been away. I've been away. I can't even count how many times. It's our favourite non-wrestling moment. So our favourite on a trip. To be fair, most of the trips we go on are wrestling, aren't they? But we have been on the ones that are. Our favourite non-wrestling moment.
Right. I think they all involve Terry Peters doing some ridiculous and different
I don't know if that's good or bad.
ways. Right.
Before you get in there, Lou,
What's he got?
new sponsor of the show is Nordic Wolf.
Nordic Wolf.
Strawberry and lime hard seltzer.
Oh, strawberry and lime. I've just brought up a strawberry and rhubarb.
Oh, nice. Did he also do cherry and cranberry, lemon, raspberry and blackcurrant?
Oh, I do like a lemon and lime one. I've not had one of them for a while. I need to get some more mics. But
Good stuff.
I can see why White Claw's the most popular. Not gonna lie.
Hey, look, if you've got an Aldi near you, then go for it.
Have to get to it. I have to get on Google Maps. Check that out.
I'm on the seltzer train. I'm fully convert.
Yes, 5 stars from Dave Seltzer.
God, sorry, I didn't interrupt you there with my.
What was I going to say? Well, yeah, they all involve honourable mentions of Terry. Involve throwing a kettle at Terry Peters. That's fun. Just gonna leave that with no context, just for a kettle at Terry Peters.
There isn't a lot of context to it, to be fair.
Was it not because he drank the milk, or was that when the one?
No, I think it was just because the kettle was there and it was throwable.
Yeah,
Was that one where we was throwing the milk at Terry Peters?
Yeah, I think it was. I just decided to lob the kettle. Ran out of milk. I want to say it's in Newcastle.
yeah, it definitely was, I'm sure.
Terry Peters roaming the halls naked in Blackpool, and I don't think that was a wrestling related show. That
was darts.
Terry Peters getting a nipple out in a bar in Newcastle.
That was wrestling.
After wrestling related.
Terry Peters falling asleep
in Newcastle.
That was wrestling.
So basically, Terry Peters shouldn't ever go back to Newcastle.
Terry Peters walking
Or
around one of
Blackpool.
those optical illusion tunnels and falling over when he gets to the end.
That was a miracle, wasn't it?
That was New York? Was it New York?
Yeah.
No,
Ripley?
you say walking through it. We had a bet of who could run through it.
No, yeah, it wasn't a bet. It wasn't a run. It was so basically, viewers. If you're not in the
brief,
Ripley, believe it or not, there's like a tunnel. So yeah, it's obviously full of.
They're on ghost trains. Ghost trains all. Everyone knows how it is, right?
Yeah, so there's a rail. It's basically just a bridge. So you've got to walk down the bridge. There's a rail either side, but the room is spinning. You're not actually spinning, but it makes you feel like you are.
Yeah, there's an illusion that makes it feel like you are.
So we did it once, just normally climbing on it, and I had the good idea of thinking, can we do this without grabbing onto the side? Terry Peters, I'm Terry Peters, I'll go first.
Well, I think what they say is about me is all these things. I just don't give a shit, do I? I'll just do anything for a bit of fun. I'll just do anything for a bit of fun.
Terry Peters went through first. And fell over at the end. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what he fell over.
All I remember is I was running and then it stopped and I fell. I just fell because it just felt so weird. The fact that I wasn't trying to balance. And then I tried to balance as if I was still in that thing and just fell over. Yeah. And Tom almost had an aneurysm from laughing.
Nice.
So who would you say?
I'm pretty sure the circulation. I'm pretty sure the circulation from Tom was cut off for a good couple of seconds.
Yeah, that is a good story.
Possibly Tom thing, but it was So that was up there. Walter Poob. I'll let someone. Walter Poob, do you want to explain a story of Walter Poob?
So we were in Little Caesars in Atlantic City.
No.
Little Caesars bloody pizza joint.
You've got to get to Poob first. Poob
first.
Before that.
So we were in New York City, and then for some reason I went
to Best day in New York City.
Yeah, it was. It was the first morning, wasn't it?
So Luke had already been woken up at 5 o'clock.
I was in a grouchy mood.
So
this fella thinks he needs coffee to stay awake.
So to counteract my tiredness, I ordered a decaf coffee.
Was it decaf?
And they asked me, and obviously they go to Starbucks, don't you? And they ask for your name. So I go, Well, at this point I wasn't Terry. At this point I was still Rob. So they're going.
Kayfabe just gone.
Kayfabe, the third fourth wall's just been broken. So then they're shouting the drinks out and they're going Poob, and everyone's looking around going, "Fuck's Poob?" And they say a drink. I'm like, "Oh fucking hell, that's me." But I'd have been stood there for a good 5 minutes waiting for this drink while they're shouting Poob. And it's me. And they basically called me Poob, Poob. And then we were in Gordon Ramsay.
There is photographic proof if you go on one of our Instagrams.
I've gone the Instagram at RL92.
Yeah,
It is on there. And then we were in Atlantic City in the hotel, and we were booking a table for the restaurant that was in there, Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
There's nobody else in the restaurant though, was it?
No, we still had to book.
Bollocks that, wasn't it? You 45-minute wait. Also, why don't you go in a casino while you wait?
Yeah.
Atlantic City on a Tuesday. No one's there.
So I give my details. Somehow I ended up doing it. Of all the people
he was at the front, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I was. I think that was the only reason. So they went, "What's your name?" I think I said Robert, and they went, "Walder." And then obviously from that, Poob got added. So I, for the rest of the trip, became Walter Poob.
You was added to me. He was being called Poob before that.
No, I still was being called Poob. To be fair, Walter got added to it.
Walter, you became Walter Poob.
Walter Poob. And do you know what? Decent scran in that restaurant. Good creme brulee.
I had delicious fish and chips.
I can't remember what I had. I know the creme brulee was decent.
But also, a dark moment happened in Atlantic City.
And there was a point where Terry Peters nearly got arrested.
Well, there was a crime. A crime was committed.
A crime wasn't.
It was. I was worried for him. I don't know about anything else.
I was very worried.
This was, So let's go through it. So yeah, we get to the hotel. We got our room upgraded, didn't we? In Caesar's. Is it just Caesar's?
It's just Caesar's.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had to. Actually, I said we got upgraded. We had to pay for it, didn't we?
No, but it was genuinely.
They're just like, do you want to pay $10 each? You get a bigger bed. We're like, yeah, right.
We still end up with a double bed to share between.
Cheapest room.
It was the cheapest hotel in the whole ship. It was cheaper than a hostel in New York. It was
madness.
It worked out at like less than 10 quid each.
It was decent.
And it was probably the nicest hotel room. Actually, no, until we got to Dallas because it was massive on it.
Feed with the door open though, didn't I, every day?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, that's weird. Why are you proud of that? Why are you smiling when you said that? It's just weird. Shut the door.
So yeah, but we get up, we get upstairs and we start unpacking, put Seinfeld on. Start unpacking.
We watched a lot of Seinfeld on that trip.
Yeah, we did.
And we introduced Tom to Practical Jokers, which I think he still watches to this day.
We did.
So it was,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Peters pulls out a handgun and a pair of women's tights.
That is not true, and you know it.
That would have been better than the actual story he's about to tell Peters. That would have been a lot better.
What's he playing here? What's going on? So, it's like, I'll watch this. These motherfuckers want to see it coming. They're like, all right. And I was like, what's in that violin case? He's like, you don't ask what's in the fucking violin case. Right. And then, anyway, we go down. He becomes Walter Poob. We have a few, we've been into casino once, right? Peters is so we were all like in a casino just having a good time. Peters was like looking around, like making like a detailed floor plan of the casino, which is a bit strange.
That's not true.
You're destroying the Bell Nation brand, Lou.
Yeah. And then he kept bringing some guy called Tony on his mobile and going, Tony got the goods. And I was like, what's going on? So then we have a meal in a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Very nice. We got the beer paddle. That was good. We actually tried every beer that was on sale there between us, which is
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah.
We also tried it in a Chicago bar, which is a lot more impressive later on.
That's a story for later on.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Just for Tom going, a Mexican woman. I'll go back to sleep. But yeah, so anyway, so we're all like, we're finishing Caesars. Let's go, walk down the boardwalk. Is it, there's a casino. So let's go to a different casino. Have a flit it. Where are we going? Oh, it's that Wild West one, which is amazing.
Wild West.
Yeah,
it's $2 for it.
It's a Wild West casino where a man told me my passport was out of date.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he didn't understand that. I can't remember what the date was. I think it was maybe 5th of May or something like that. So 05 May, and then whatever the date was.
Yeah.
Told me it was out of date because it wasn't 2005. It's 2016. I looked at him thinking, How do you think I've got in the country, pal?
Yeah. Weirdly, that happened to me in New Orleans, didn't it?
Yeah.
The Superdome. So all I can say is that obviously maybe when the blue, still recognise him. But yeah, so we're leaving. We're all walking out, and I'm like, shit, where's Peters? And then all we hear is like a and then shit, run! And then Peters, for some reason, with the tights on his head.
I mean, no, this is true.
He's got a big bag on
Absolutely
his
honest.
back. It says swag. He just launches it. And he launches past us, goes down the pier on the boardwalk, jumps into a speedboat, and we didn't see him for the rest of the trip. It was... No, so that's not what happened. So we go back
to the rest of the trip because he turned into a 55-year-old man.
That's true. That was when he became Terry Peters. It was Rob Earl. He just became... Maybe Terry Peters is witness protection.
None of that is true. What happened is, I was given a little payout slip, which wasn't
Peters, I'll see it. So what happened
for about a cent.
So you get your money, you gamble. That's obviously a casino. When you win your money, they give you a ticket with how much money you've got.
Yeah, we weren't experienced enough to go on the table, so all the machines we should probably add.
Yeah, so all the machines were sort of computerized ones. I did alright at the blackjack.
I did alright on blackjack in the end.
Me and Tom had to give up like free casinos.
Yeah, Lou and Tom did not win any money whatsoever.
Tom had a bad evening.
I did alright on the blackjacks. I think I had like a ticket for $20. You go put it in the machine, it gives you $20. It's similar to the ones in the UK where you normally go to the ones that I normally go to. You go to whatever you win, you go to a man, he gives you the money. I win $20, that's fine. Put it in the machine, $20 comes out. Terry Peters wins 4 cents. And this podcast has been nearly a year. It's not we're 9 months old. We started in March, didn't we?
This is episode 40.
So we're about 9 months old, aren't we? Terry Peters is what's known in the business is cheap. This is a man who buys his jeans on the internet. He once told me that he wants to get a shower after playing football because he gets 4-minute showers at home. It's costing too much money. Is that true, Terry Peters?
Yep.
That is true. He has one for 4 cents. Was it 4 cents?
Yep, something like that.
4 cents.
Yeah, it's 4 cents exactly. I remember it.
He puts it in the machine.
And what happened is, I accidentally held my hand over where the payout slip is, and an alarm starts going off.
I don't think that's the thing. I think
it's not. And the machine just bought 4 cents. What's the point? It just left it.
Have any sense in it.
No, because the ticket hit my thumb and then went back in the machine. Then some alarm started going on, so I had to go to the help desk to say, "Oh, that machine over there is broke." And then then we had to go to another casino because I thought I was going to get arrested because I broke the machine.
He's going to get arrested because he broke the machine. So I haven't seen to it, but Lou was like, did you tell Lou first? I think you told Lou first.
I was genuinely really worried as well.
Told me in confidence because this was like 5 years ago and he trusted me at this point.
Which is
times have changed.
He tells Lou, he says, Lou, I broke the machine.
We couldn't find him because we walked out and we were in that gift shop, weren't we, on the pier?
Yeah, you were.
We were like, where's Peters gone?
Didn't we? And we was out there.
Because I think he was like, I'll just go cash this out and I'll meet you in there. And then it was like, we were a good 10 minutes in the gift shop. Someone was buying some saltwater taffy. That's what I remember.
Tom, I think. Probably Tom. Cousin Tom. So we're out there.
We were in a little taffy shop.
Me and Lou and Tom are having a whale of a time. We're thinking, where the hell's Terry Peters? He comes out. He's obviously told Lou what's happened. He comes to me and Tom and says, "Oh, I tried to get some money out." I was like, "Oh, what did you win? What did you win?" Thinking it's a substantial amount. It's like 4 cents. It's like, what? And he's like, "Yeah, well, the machine broke." So he's like, "Well, what have you done?" He went, "Well, I walked off because I thought I might get in trouble." Genuinely one of the greatest moments of my life.
Yeah, because I think it was a week later I got you going, didn't I? When I got stopped at airport security, like a random check. And Rob was like, sorry. So Terry was like, "Oh, did you get stopped for?" And I was like, "Well, they saw my passport I've been to Atlantic City." It's like, and a big crime again. Like, what happened? It's like, well, someone tried to get 4 cents out of shit.
For 4 cents? All this for 4 cents? You wouldn't even spend the 4 cents if you got it.
No, you're right. I wouldn't have done it.
No, you would have. You tipped it, wouldn't you? On Peters. Well, you need to tip every drink. Like,
Oh.
I'll say.
So that was your favourite non-wrestling related moment?
I think so. That was because it's just a gift that keeps on giving.
But this is 5 years on, and we still laugh at him today for it.
I
So,
laughed
Pete,
at myself.
what's your favourite non-wrestling moment?
Tom falling out the bed in Atlantic City.
Atlantic City was just a chaos, wasn't it? To be fair,
Atlantic City was great.
Well, no, I would love to,
That closely
AC
followed
got-
by me. Sorry, go on.
I had some American friends who were like, "Why are you going to Atlantic City? Like, AC Tuesday night? What are you doing? What night?"
Also, me getting the golf ball.
4 o'clock in the afternoon, something
So there's
like that.
nothing else to do, was there? So it's just like, well, as we go to the
Started
bar.
drinking early.
Me getting the golf ball outside of that mini golf course as
Yeah,
well.
mini
Going
golf.
back in, and the guy going, "Powerful shot, huh?"
Avid mini
I
golf.
got it out of a fence that had like taping around it, so you couldn't get the ball out. Still managed it.
And so if anybody's ever played at a goals, a football this is a goals. It's in the UK. It's basically indoor, but outdoor.
It's five-a-side. It's five-a-side.
There's boards around it, and there's a netting across the top and the side, so nobody kicks the ball out. St. Peter's has managed to get the ball out of there. This is what we deal with.
I'd say that was great. Angle, precision, technique, and power.
I'd say he's worse at golf than he is at football, which is bad. I mean, it's like watching.
No, because I've lost to Peters at golf before.
Who's better than Terry Peters at sports or Mongo McMichael at wrestling?
Terry Peters at sport.
Ooh, are you sure?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Terry Peters is better than that. It's not.
I mean, but that's the level, isn't it?
Terry Peters is the Dolph Ziggler of mini golf. He's always there. He never wins.
Hey,
so what's
I
the
found
point?
a mini golf for us in hole to all play, by the way.
We'll get there.
Yeah, well, let's go start a YouTube channel. We're not.
That's one of our many
true.
drunken conversations whilst watching wrestling.
Probably the most plausible one.
Yeah, after this one.
After
After
this one, which we've actually done.
We've already done it with diamonds into it.
Hey, the fact is we started this one.
Yeah.
But Atlantic City, if nobody's ever been, it's worth going. Go in the season though, go in the summer.
Yeah. I mean, only if you're in the UK, don't fly there. Just go to New York for the weekend and have a couple of hours.
We also walked on the beach in Atlantic City, didn't we? And I ripped my shoe.
Yeah, because we all got sunburnt in like 10 degrees.
Yeah, it was really, really cold, but we all got sunburn.
But I think that's because the sun was shining off the sea, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Onto us.
just white sand as well, isn't it?
Well, the actual, actually, we're about Tom fun at the bed, aren't we? So basically, we was there for 3 weeks, like I've said before. This is all one trip. We went everywhere. We try and get cheap as possible, so we got 2 double beds. Lou and Rob had already got close to each other. It's sharing a room for a week. Me and cousin Tom, we shared the other bed. We was all laughing about something, weren't we? It had gone quiet, and then all of a sudden we just did whoa, whoa!
And then
a bang. We turn the lights on, and for whatever reason, Tom's not in the bed anymore.
falling on the floor.
It fell down the side, I think.
Yeah, it's a tight gap.
I don't know. I still to this day do not know how we did
He
it.
had to fall at the right angle to get down there, I think. But down there he did.
He managed it, didn't
He did manage it.
he? He managed it.
That's up there with that's up there. Peters, to be fair, that's 2 good moments we've had there from Lou and from Peters. Some of my favourite moments is busted open Terry Peters with a leg drop. Was that in Blackpool?
I always thought that was Arsenal away.
Maybe Arsenal away was where I did that swan dive onto the bed.
And you almost give
Yeah, you nearly killed
yeah.
yourself, didn't you?
Hit the stand. Right, I did the swan dive onto a camp. Is it a camp bed?
No, we all had a
No, it was
double
the
bed
full.
each,
It was the
didn't
full double bed.
Oh, it was a
we?
double
We all
bed.
had a double
Really,
bed
yeah.
each, didn't we?
Best Western hybrid.
I did the swan dive. If anybody wants to see it, just YouTube Chef Gikuki.
Dive.
Ipswich player dive. I did that onto the bed. Hit the stanchion in the middle. Genuinely thought that was it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We've had some good moments. Another one is me putting the crippled crossface on Terry Peters. That was in America, wasn't it? Because I won the title for that.
That was a Dallas thing.
I was in Dallas. I put the crossface onto Peters. I went too far. Let's be honest. I made Peters tough. He was all messing about, and I'll admit right now, on the as a first, I went too far.
Do you know what? I think
It's not often that you hear that.
I think Peters needs to hear that. This is a healing moment.
The other favourite moments we've had, Luke, me and you in New Orleans in, is it Pat O'Brien's?
Pat O'Brien's, the legend.
Drinking hurricanes with random wrestling fans.
Oh, that was the. I mean, I was a bit older then. I was 2018. I was 27. So I was a Peter's age.
No, you wait. You were a year younger than me.
What the hell? Are you 28?
28.
Jesus. But yeah, man, that was the. You can attest to this. That was the worst hangover I'd had since I was about 16.
So Lou didn't. So we went to Raw.
Yeah.
Because after WrestleMania, wasn't it?
And we went because it started raining, and we're like, oh, I might go back to the hotel. But I was like, no, come on, let's go down Bourbon Street after WrestleMania.
We went on Bourbon Street. We had a few drinks on Bourbon Street. If you haven't done Bourbon Street, it's the main strip in New Orleans. New Orleans, you can drink in public, so you can take your beer with you wherever you go. So basically, they have what these things are called hole in the walls. They're like an ATM, but there's a man behind there, and you can buy a beer off him. So we'd had
beer or a cocktail.
So we'd had God knows how many of them, haven't we? We'd had quite a few, and we thought we'll go into. We was speaking to these Welsh lads we mentioned earlier. They wanted to go to the strip club. We was like, we're too old for that. We're not going there. No thanks, pal. We'll go have some hurricanes because we'd already been and got far too drunk on these hurricanes earlier on in the sort of trip, haven't we?
Are you Bob?
Yeah. So we went to Pat O'Brien's, had some hurricanes. Remember what hurricane is? It's the New Orleans like sort of cocktail.
No, we do because me and Peter's had a lot of them in Prague.
Right, there you go.
Oh yeah.
So it's basically 3 types of rum. So there's is it light rum, dark rum, spiced rum?
Pineapple rum.
Cranberry juice? Not pineapple rum.
Red. There's 3 types of rum. We were drinking them. I don't think we could see straight at the end of them. I've lost count how many we had.
Got an Uber on the corner.
If we got an Uber,
we went on the wrong door. Ended up on a residential street. I don't know where we are. got an Uber now. I looked at it next morning. It literally took us down the road. This is pretty much like a straight line. It was like 5 meters down the road and a straight line back to the hotel.
It was absolutely battered on me.
Yeah, worst hangover of all time.
So was that drunk? I think we would have got in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning, wasn't it? Something like that. Mm-hmm. We literally stayed in bed till about 4 in the afternoon. We then went to Dave & Buster's again. Got quite a big meal.
I tried to recreate the sandwich, but it wasn't the same.
We played some sort of weird gridiron game, like American football game, wasn't it?
Which is weird, because I was as hungover as I was, and that was quite a physical game. I did quite well at it.
That is true. And then we went to a bar before we went to Raw. I ordered a pint. I don't think you want a pint again.
No, I didn't.
10 in the night.
It was after the show. It was throughout the show. I just got like a big. Because you know what? There's nothing better than a massive Diet Coke just packed of ice. But yeah, I didn't get a beer until like because I was like, oh, let's have a beer like every day this holiday. So it was like back in the hotel afterwards. That I actually finally got a drink.
I got a sweet ass gumbo, so that was good stuff. One of my other favourite moments was in Chicago. So on the same trip when we went to WrestleMania 32, we went to WrestleMania 32, we'd done that. We then flew to Chicago. Ted Peters aged 40 years on the flight.
Sorry.
We went from, I think we went from like 20. While they're doing that, I'm going to open another one, cherry and cranberry.
Strawberry rhubarb.
Oh, so we're getting on there.
Yeah, then. That's why I have to the last one, because Jesus. Yeah.
Ted Peters, we went to 28 degrees to about 2 degrees, wasn't it?
Oh, it's fucking horrendous. I was literally wearing suntan lotion to wearing about 4 layers. I took the worst jacket I could have taken for that. I took a summer jacket.
You had a hoodie as well, which made you look more homeless.
Hey, great combo.
Just me was walking.
And you wearing bags on your feet as well. I just remember.
You don't like my bags. Came after that. We went to the first time we went to Newcastle. Where Ted Peters decided to bring all his clothes into Morrison's bags.
Is that when we drove to the wrong hotel?
That's where we drove to the wrong hotel. Which is embarrassing.
That's why I was sat in a hotel room. Ross rings me, and he's like, "What room?" And I was like, 3272. And Ross is like, "Wrong. There is no 3272 in this hotel." And I was like, "But literally, I'm sat in it." And he goes, "Oh, we're in Travel Lodge. We're in a Premier Inn."
to defend myself, right? Me and Peters was in
defense,
Newcastle.
really.
I drove Peters there because he drove the time before when we come back on the night. I drove Peters there.
You just got it wrong.
We was in Newcastle. It was real weird directions. We couldn't find him. And we saw a hotel, so we thought, oh, this must be it. So I ran in and thought, because the car park was locked, I thought, Lou's bought the car park. He told me, we can use the car park. So I went in and said, oh, can you open the car park for us? To the woman. She was like, no, what room are you in? So I rang Lou, I texted Lou and said, I'm in this room. I need the car park key. And he went, oh, we're in room 3, whatever. I said, we're in room 3, whatever. Can you open the car park for us? She went, that doesn't exist. So I'm thinking, oh, for God's sake. I'm like, but no, my brother's in it, so I don't exist. And she was like, she's literally in the most patronising way ever. And it's hard for Jordis to do patronising in it. She just went, are you in the right hotel? And I went, what?
we booked a travel lodge and we'd ended up in a Premier Inn.
We just saw a Premier Inn and thought, oh, that's it, that's the hotel.
First hotel we've seen, that'll be the one.
Weirdly, it was a non-wrestling event, but me and Peters had done the same thing.
Well, I've done the same thing. I'll take full responsibility on it.
You're the joining factor then, Peters.
Well, what happened on that one is it was our good listener Aaron's wedding.
Friend of the show. And I'd booked the Lincoln Castle Hotel. So me and Lou turned up to the Castle Hotel. And we walked in and said, oh, they ain't got a booking in the name. And I booked it and thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. And then I looked at the thing, I was like, this isn't the Lincoln Castle Hotel, is it? They're like, no, this is a castle. And I booked the hotel on the other side of the cathedral.
Is this the wedding where the night before Peters got absolutely battered and was thrown up around? Classic Peters.
We accidentally ordered room service, so we had to cancel.
And still got charged for it.
Peters at room service.
Again, I think that was my fault.
I've seen him many a time exit the room wearing boxers, come back with a pizza.
Microwave Chicago style pizza every time.
A microwave oven pizza and then fall asleep eating the pizza.
And I think I spewed up in the bed that night as well.
It was just Blackpool. So it's a Blackpool, we didn't talk about that first time.
Ross got kicked out of the darts.
Wouldn't deserve it. I was not the most drunk there.
We didn't have tea.
That was a mistake.
That's really what killed us that night.
We didn't have tea. We had about 9 pints before we even entered the darts.
I was pissed before I even entered the darts. We went to a pub in the Alley Pally.
Because we'd been in 3 pubs and we'd had about a couple of pints each in each pub. We'd had about 7 to 9 pints at least.
We were young.
I would say
you were very young. You were only like 21, weren't you? 20, 21.
20, 21. No, I think I was about 20.
It's 2015, so yeah, you'll be 21. Yeah.
22, 23, depending when we went.
I was the old wise head who kept them to calm it down.
The issue with that, we ended up in all the bars. We stag those.
Racist bars.
Yes.
We ended up in bars with stag those, so we was keeping up with everyone else.
Yeah.
I would say what we've ended up doing, learning from that is we always have a meal with the Diet Coke before we go anywhere. That's literally what we always do. I'm not even complaining.
It's become a ritual. We won't be doing it this year. This is kind of it for us. We have what we call Peter's Pints. So we all go for a beer, a few drinks near Christmas time.
Speaking of that, the first game that we're allowed to go back to and bars are open, we're going for Peter's Pints.
Right. Yeah.
I'm putting it down there now.
I'm with me, Peters.
Here's your kitchen.
Basically, we go watch Hull City play because we're all season ticket holders. I don't know who we annoyed in a previous life, but yeah,
for some reason.
Yeah, we really upset somebody. We don't go watch City play. We come out and then we have Pete's Pint. We have what we call Pete's Pints. Just go on the pub crawl. We basically
we went down.
We've been having really civilised meals at Pizza Express before.
We did last year, didn't we? Because the year before that, it didn't end so well again.
Well, it didn't end so well for you, Peters.
I mean, it never ends well for me.
You was, I believe you was pushed home in a Tesco trolley.
with a chip bag on your head.
No, that was the year after.
That was the year after.
Oh, so that was after the civilised meal.
Yeah, so
the civilised. The first year, it was an evening game, so we were out late. Do you remember?
We went to Pole in Hull. Good bar. I'm sure it'll get bought out by somebody. It's closed at the minute, but it is.
It's been saved. It's been saved, hasn't it?
It's been saved. It's one of my favourite pubs in Hull.
I basically we all went to a takeaway down Prinny when it was too late. And then last year we all went to pizza.
Low being all right, Peters. It was
Yeah, all right. Well, it was when it was too late for me. Then last year we went to Pizza Express, but not in Woking.
Pizza Express was a classy moment. That was the point I realised I'd turned old. I just turned 29, I think.
The thing is that I was grateful for it.
I got this San Pellegrino lemonade.
Yeah, I had a Diet Coke.
I had a Diet Coke as well.
I had an apple juice. That was a weird time. I was drinking a lot of fruit juice.
Yeah. We then went to a bar and we were like, we won't have a heavy one tonight. About 4 a.m. we all rolled in and I had a chip bag I made.
The barman looked like Steve Bruce.
I think I don't know what time. I think it was about maybe 1 a.m. We started ordering Pawn Star martinis.
Yeah.
And then after that,
it was those lost hours.
After that, we decided the last drink we had was we decided to buy a bottle of prosecco and
it was in the height of a little bit of bubbly.
Yeah, it was.
It was a Weatherspoons pub. We ordered a bottle of prosecco.
A £10 bottle of prosecco. I think that was my round. I think we ordered a glass each and then left it and walked to the nearest McDonald's.
That is
nearest. No. I dispute the nearest McDonald's.
Sorry, McDonald's. In fact, yeah, there's that one in town, isn't there?
I believe Peter took us to McDonald's that was at least 2 miles away from any of our homes. I don't want to say how steady yours was because I live out of town.
That's true. Yeah, Lou was staying at mine. So I mean, me and Peters live really close to each other.
We live right around the corner from each other.
Peters was trying to get a lift off his partner, who deserves much better.
She has the patience of a saint.
She does. She's an absolute god, that woman.
Yeah, Kelly, if you're listening,
she's
well
definitely
done.
not.
We respect you.
Well, tell us to listen to this episode because she's got a shout out.
Okay.
Peter's trying to ring her while he has a chip bag on his head. And then
I can't believe that was only a year ago.
What didn't help matters was me and Lou singing the song. He's got a chip bag on his head for about half an hour.
I spilled tomato sauce on my shoes as well.
And if you want, check out my Instagram story on Wednesday when I will put up the picture of Peters.
As he's
and an old friend that me and Lou haven't spoken to for a while even went out of their way to message him and went, "Good to see Terry Peters hasn't changed."
Who was that?
It's true. It was who was it, Piers? Give her a shout out.
It was Beth, wasn't it?
Beth, yeah.
Terry Peters.
We haven't spoken to her for a long while, and went out of her way to say good to see that Terry Peters hasn't changed.
Other non-wrestling moments that I've enjoyed was
this is just Peters doing shit when he was drunk now.
This is another story. So because of coronavirus, we might have mentioned this in the podcast before. I was supposed to be married this year.
You was?
You were. I actually got banned from drinking at his wedding.
You
can probably see why.
Obviously, coronavirus, so it hasn't happened. It's now been moved to next year. And
even then,
but we went on a stag do this year. But we went abroad. I was planning on having 2. We went abroad. Turned out.
We're gonna have another one now.
I believe it's expired, that one now, so we're gonna have to do another one.
We're gonna have to do another one again somewhere else abroad.
We went to Riga in Latvia, which is a place I'd recommend anybody go because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Don't manage the football team because, as you saw on twitch.tv/BearNation, I got sacked when managing them.
Peter gets us from TV managers, to be fair though. We went to Latvia.
Cold.
We had a pretty civilized day, to be fair. We got there. We were sitting in the hostel. Made us do a shot straight away. We did a shot. It was disgusting.
We started off right, didn't we?
Black
Balsam, not a nice drink. Then we had some delicious local food.
Yeah, we did. I had the meatballs. And
I had some sort of stroganoff, delicious.
Basically meatballs and mash, but it was glorious.
You
had the meatballs as well.
Did I? Oh yeah, that was good in that pub. Yeah, that was good.
The 2 massive balls.
That was the bar. We tried to order from the bar that was closed.
Yes.
We looked the most like touristy fish out as possible.
Oh my god!
The thing is,
like, all locals sat there. They were like, "Oh, this is pretty good lads out." We're in a bar that's clean
in this classy local establishment.
There was probably a sign somewhere in Latvia that was like, "This is not open," but we just didn't notice it.
So we had a decent time. We had that. We went for a few pints after that. For whatever reason, we ended up in a bar where you pour your own drinks, which is great.
That was good.
I think you paid a tenner and you got some.
It's like a little top-up card. It's like a little plastic card. and you tap it, don't you? And you get and each drink costs so much per sort of
Pay a tenner or
liquid measurement.
€15 or something like that. We paid a certain amount, didn't we? You got that's how many drinks you got. We ended in there. That was great. We went in a few other bars. We ended up in a karaoke bar. They let me in karaoke bar.
Yeah, we did.
But it's fair to say, our wits wasn't about us. Is that fair to say?
It was the first night and we went hard, didn't we? You and me in particular, Ross.
It's fair, it's my stag do, so I deservedly went hard.
This guy over here, just older and wiser now.
Lou was like,
you two drink a lot. I just sit and kind of stroke my beard and be like, oh no, these kids. Oh dear. We are in trouble.
Because it was a karaoke bar, everyone was doing it. Decided after trying to sing "Caravan of Love," which they didn't have, partly because I said the wrong name of the band.
Yeah,
you idiot.
We decided to sing Neil Diamond's "Sweet Caroline." It's fair to say we had the crowd on for at least one chorus.
Yeah.
Right. No. Right, I'm just going to jump in here. Peter's had the crowd on. You. That's stood there. Like, can bear some Happy Mondays, just mugging to the crowd. You didn't sing. You just look at the crowd and go, come on. Like, in your parka, I think you're Leo Gallagher. Come on. Just like beckoning the crowd to come on while Peters was singing along. You did nothing, Russ. You contributed nothing.
I think Peter's song went better than mine and your song.
Yeah, no, Peter smashed it.
So we did that. We'd had quite a lot of beers at this point. And then Peters decides, because he's seen a local do it, a local man who clearly drinks. They all drink vodka, don't they? Let's be honest. Eastern Europeans, it's what they don't really drink. English people drink pints. Eastern Europeans drink sort of vodka, spirits, don't they? We'd watched a local man drink absinthe, and Terry Peters decides, I want to do some absinthe. Ridiculous decision. We was already absolutely battered. We'd already done karaoke. I think me and Lou had signed up to do it again after the terrible night of the first night. We decided to do karaoke. That's fine. What we didn't expect was the crowd that gathered around us.
Well, they obviously knew we weren't locals, didn't they? They obviously knew we were tourists.
I mean, we're pretty English. Let's be frank.
I mean, 3 guys from Yorkshire in a foreign country is pretty damn spectacular at the best of times, especially when I'm involved because I'm a fucking idiot.
So Peter says, "I've got you." Say Peter's around. Peter's gets a drink, mate. Let's have a few beers or whatever. Peter's drinking cider. We're drinking beers. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a few of them. Carry on the party as we're going. Say Peter's comes up to us and goes, "Oh, there's absinthe." Straight out, look at him like, "Peter's, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me?" Yeah.
Nope.
So we get there. It's too late then. She's already started pouring it. The poor barmaid. Yeah, she started pouring the absinthe. So like, fine. Me and Lou both did absinthe. Lou did absinthe in New Orleans.
Not like this, you didn't though.
That's true.
See it on my Instagram.
You see his Instagram. I've had absinthe. I wouldn't say any of us were fans of absinthe.
Nope.
No, I did it to fit with the locals in New Orleans, yes, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
It was me and that. It was that big lad on the tour.
I did not do absinthe because I have definitely tasted it before. So we sat there doing absinthe. But this is not like any other absinthe I would do. So an absinthe, for me, anyhow, what have in England is a shot. You have a shot of absinthe.
New Orleans, it was part of a sugar.
But it was still a shot. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's still a shot. Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah. What they did here was that they poured a glass out, a big glass, a tumbler. A tumbler.
It's a tumbler. Yeah.
There's a tumbler. What they did.
I think it was a double shot, wasn't it?
It was more than what you should have of absinthe in one go. Because I've been 80%. It's at least 80% of alcohol.
They get 2 napkins out as well, don't they? And you're thinking, oh, this could be quite pleasant here.
Get some napkins. So we didn't see the Latvian man have this. At this point, there's a crowd going around. He's like, "Oh my god, who's getting these drinks?" Us 3. We're getting these drinks. The 3 very, very English men stood at the bar, not knowing what's happening because Ted Peters has done the madness. So we stood at the bar thinking, what's going on here? She pours out the drinks, and we think, all right, that's a drink. Oh god.
You're thinking, oh, that's a bit big.
I thought, oh, this is terrible. I'm going to have to neck some absinthe. I've already had a few beers. I've got a full stomach. This is coming back up. That was my initial thought. I don't know
no.
what else. And I imagine a lot of the people looking at me probably thought the same since.
I thought the same as well about me.
Not true. So what happens is she gets some napkins. So normal, the
Paper napkins.
paper napkins. She's got a couple of them. She's put them over the top. We're thinking this is weird. What's she done that for? She thinks it's a straw. She cuts a hole in the middle of them. She puts a straw through. That's weird. This is weird.
Right? Are we meant to drink this through a straw now to make it even stronger?
Nobody's explained this to us. She's not saying she barely speaks English. She knows what a drink is. She knows what we're getting. We've ordered. She can understand us ordering. She probably couldn't have a conversation with us. That's fair enough. She's Latvian. She's not expected to.
And you got us lot pissed.
And we're to be fair, not many people in England can understand us when we're drunk.
or at the best of times.
So I can't imagine a European would understand us. So we're there at the bar. She's put this napkin on. She's put a straw through. So I'm thinking this is weird. I didn't think I'd be having this through a straw. She then gets a lighter out.
Oh my god.
She makes she pulls up the napkin and she lights the alcohol on fire basically. So there's a fire inside this glass with a napkin on the top, and basically the smoke's coming through the straw. We look at each other thinking, because there's about 20 people around the bar now. Everybody at the bar is looking at us, and we're thinking, what the fucking hell do we do now? Was that the vibe he was getting?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Look at it.
To this day, I can't remember what we did. So.
No, I look at it thinking, what the hell are we doing? And all I remember, bearing in mind, I've had a lot to drink since, I had a lot to drink that day, was the Latvian guy who initially ordered it just looked at us and went, drink. So it's on fire. No, he didn't say drink. He went, inhale the smoke.
It wasn't even the smoke.
So I was thinking it was
Yeah. I remember it being so violent. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to do if this man asked me to give him £100, I would give him £100 right there and then.
What happened is it basically burnt the alcohol. It basically burnt the liquid off and left us with alcohol vapor, which you then inhaled through the straw to make it stronger than the actual goddamn shot.
So basically, he told us that. We're like, look at him, what do we do? The woman's trying to explain in Latvian to inhale the smoke in a broken English. I think there was like some lads from Middlesbrough. It was like, oh, you've got to inhale it, mate. You've got to inhale it.
Yeah, you suck it through the straw, basically, don't you? What's left in there?
Basically, we sucked all the alcohol, pure alcohol, through the straw. When we sucked all the smoke up, we then did the shot, which was disgusting. I'm very surprised we all kept it hidden.
Well, I didn't. I fell asleep on the toilet in the hostel for a good few hours. If there's this footage of that CCTV anyway, you'll see me not emerge from the toilet for a good few hours.
Long story short, we'd had a couple more beers after that. We'd maybe done a few more sing-songs. It's karaoke bar. We'd all had fun. We'd started talking to these lads from Middlesbrough or Stag Do's who were all doing the same thing. We've gone back to the hotel, which is a hostel. Me and Lou had gone to sleep. Terry Peters
fell asleep in the toilet.
Blood vessels in his face.
Like I do every time I'm drunk.
So that was it. That was.
I woke up the next morning as well with empty pockets. I'm thinking, oh shit, where's my passport? And what happened is when I took my jeans off, it had fallen out of the pockets and fallen under the bed. Bear in mind, my wallet wasn't in there either. I mean, I found my wallet first. I was slightly relieved, but then also still worrying that I couldn't find my passport.
I'll let you say as well, listeners, that Terry Peters emptied his pockets, found nothing in there, so he'd lost some of it. That was apparently mine and Lou's fault.
Was it?
I seem to remember you blaming those Peters.
Probably. I was still being drunk.
Yeah, but if anybody's in Europe or in America and wants to go to Riga, I would 100% recommend it.
Cold.
Wonderful place. Yeah, but cold. We went in February. You go in the summer, it might be hotter, but I 100% recommend it. If you want a cheap week, you basically all you want to do is shoot guns and get drunk. Then by far go there because that was an unbelievable place.
I'm going to suggest Budapest for your next stag do.
Budapest was incredible.
Have you been?
I've been to Budapest, but I would happily go again.
Maybe you need to find somewhere you haven't been then.
I can't go again.
Yeah, I need to find somewhere you haven't been then.
I like to say.
These two clowns are apparently my best men, so.
One is I'm your groomsman that's going to tell people where to sit, and I know I'll fuck that up.
Yeah, that is true.
I did ask him if I could bring a McDonald's to his wedding as well, and I was told no.
Yeah, you was not told no. You were told you get kicked out.
Same thing.
So that is that. Has anybody got any other non-wrestling moments? Another one. Sorry, I'm going off tangent here because that story took about half an hour.
At least.
Chicago. Would you remember Chicago? Do you remember
Vaguely.
Chicago?
Vaguely I remember Chicago.
I remember he
Chicago
shot a whiskey and retiring to the room to be violently ill and going to bed.
was 4 of us in Chicago. There was obviously me, Lou, Terry Peters, and cousin Tom. Me and Lou decided for whatever reason we'd had a Chicago pizza.
I think, do you know what? I think it was a long trip on it, and we're like, we don't want to go too far. Let's just go down to the hotel bar, have like a drink or two, like reminisce over the trip.
So far.
And call it a night. No, I think that was the last night when I was second to last night. It
No,
was close.
No, because we went back to New York for about 3 days, didn't we?
Oh, we did, yeah. So it was
I believe
it was the post WrestleMania, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it not like it was sort of in the middle of our Chicago trip? So I think we'd been to seeing the Blackhawks.
Yes.
We've been to see them the first night. So it's not the second night. So we spent 3 nights there, didn't we?
It was the second night because third night we were in Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was drinking fruit cocktails.
Because I didn't drink anything until we got there. So this is the third. We've been to obviously the first night we've been to was Chicago Blackhawks play ice hockey, which we'd all loved. Second night we'd had a sleep in. We'd been to the zoo. It snowed on it.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it snowed.
Cold.
We'll go. We've had a pretty hard 2 and a bit weeks here. We've been drinking every night. We've been having quite a few beers. We thought, what we'll do now is
And a lot of early starts.
Yeah, a lot of early. We was effectively it was worn out, weren't we? We was done.
We were tired.
We thought, right. The hotel was in the Acme Hotel in Chicago.
Lovely hotel.
Wonderful
Lovely
hotel.
Yeah, we'd gone slightly over budget on that one, but we made up for it in seasons, didn't we?
Yeah, we made up for it by paying peanuts and like.
And obviously, Peters had that big bag of swag that he was carrying around, so we probably could have afforded the.
Peters was one extra. Also, we had to be careful where we went. We basically Googled where's the best place to get Chicago deep dish pizzas. It was only down the road, so we thought, right, we'll go down the road. We'll have a pizza.
Yeah, it's pretty much next door, wasn't it? Yeah.
We'll have a pizza. We'll come back to the hotel. Well, I think during the pizza, having the pizza was like, we'll have a few in the hotel. 'Cause you can't go to bed too early, can you? We've gone to America. We've done all this stuff. We might as well have a few in the hotel bar. We thought we'll have a couple of pints in the hotel bar. We'll retire to the room and then we'll start afresh the day after and go around Chicago. I think that's fair to say. Basically, what happened is Rob and cousin Tom went back to the hotel bar to get sort of refreshed, have a powder on the nose and whatnot. I don't know what I was doing. Me and Lou went to the bar. This was about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. Early. Because we've gone out early, we thought we're not having a few. I don't think me and Lou left till about 3 or 4 in the morning.
It was 100% closing time. Yeah, we drank the full beer menu. Thomas. I remember his name. Thomas,
slightly Polish American. Borussia Dortmund fan, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Polish American.
Said he was a wrestler fan, but I don't have a clue.
I don't think he knew what it was. We basically, me and Lou sat in one seat of the bar. And you could have had like the, it goes quickly around you. But us two were just sat there drinking. The time lapse, that's it. We sat there drinking. I think I drank, because I was doing a thing. I just sort of self thing, if I could, see if I could do it. I was going to have I'm never going to have the same beer twice. So we're at this bar, we're at the Acme bar. If anybody wants to go and recreate our night, good. What's counting on me? No.
This will be the last one because Jesus wept.
No Frasier today.
I've got no wine seltzer. It's just straight up seltzer. Dave seltzer. 5 stars. 5 cans for 5 stars.
That's good stuff.
I'm on a long shot apple aruba. No, not apple aruba. Strawberry aruba.
Oh, I'm on a cherry and cranberry these days. So me and Lou got to the bar. We had a few beers. And Terry Peters joins us. He's had a few drinks. Decides to create his own cocktail, which I don't know if you knew it would come in a tiki glass.
Yeah, he asked for the tiki. I'm sure you asked for the tiki glass.
Did I? I can't remember.
Right. So I remember the way it worked was it was basically because they were like trained cocktail artists. They work at Subway, but trained cocktail makers, whatever. And yeah, I'm sure you asked for the glass, the spirit, and this beam, and it was just like fun for you. There was like the mood or something like that. And then they made it, so you must have asked for a tiki glass.
I 100% think you asked for a tiki glass.
Yeah.
Probably didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I don't think you could tell us what it was now.
Ross would have asked for like a tankard if Ross was doing it. So,
Yeah, to be fair, do you remember? So I was ordering off the beer list. I asked for the beer list. I was ordering a different one every time. Luke ordered one he thought sounded nice. It come in like a 200 milliliter bottle or something.
it is. I put it next to my glass of water that we got for free because I think the barn realised we needed it. And again, that's on my Instagram if you want to scroll back 5 years.
Just go back, go find the
Tiny glass of beer.
So long story.
Nice beer, just fucking tiny.
So long story short, me and Lou were sat there for. I must have been there for about 8 hours. It was a long time, wasn't it? It was a long time. I drank the full beer list.
Well, we settled up, and then we was like, the bar was like 1 bar, and we're like, yeah, sure. Did you charge us for the rest of the night?
Stayed there for at least 2 or 3 hours after that, didn't we?
Yeah, didn't get
We
charged.
met a guy who said, obviously, it's not a secret. We're all from Hull, in Hull, England. It's where we live. It's where we're all from. In America,
I believe that Sarah Peters was born in Bridlington.
Scarborough.
Close.
St.
He lived in Bridlington.
Do you live in Bridlington,
Yes.
St. Peters?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
Man of the world, St. Peters. Who knew that?
Man of Yorkshire.
Man of the world. So we're sat next to this English traveller. We're like, oh my God, you're English. We're English. This is what you're doing here. Where are you from? And he went, oh, I'm from a little place in England called Hull. And was like, oh my God. How weird is that? We're from Hull as well. Where else in Hull are you from?
It's just
And
the
then
most
he says
ridiculous story.
which is outrageous because it's not a thing, right? Not a thing. He said to us, "Oh well, I'm not actually from Hull. I'm from Grimsby. I know
Oh,
a lot of people from Grimsby. Nobody is in their life would admit to being from Hull of the Grimsby. Bloody Ross Kemp lookalike.
it was. No, it was actually Ross Kemp, wasn't it? It was weird because we also saw Prince William in a pizza shop.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's the
In
story
New
for
York,
next
yeah.
time.
So sorry for 2021 Christmas special. So he said he was from Hull. We called him out on it. He didn't stay around for long. I think we bought. Did me and you buy shots for everyone? Though?
Yes, including the
Whiskey
bar staff.
shots. Whiskey shots
Yeah.
for the bar staff and everyone.
Whiskey time. Shout out to Dan McLeod.
Because we saw a man who was on a date. He was on a blind date. He'd been for a meal. He'd come to the bar and ordered a drink for himself. And for the women, he'd also ordered 2 shots for himself, which I just absolutely loved. I just thought that was good.
So Peters, how are they?
I was in bed.
St. Peters was already battered because he tried to explain his cocktails to some random woman at the bar.
And they were,
Yes.
she was like,
He was not named it.
what did you have in it? I was like, what did you ask for? I was like, oh, the mixed drink. What you got? He was like, I don't know. You just made it. One of the most
Essentially-
Terry Peters answers ever.
It's essentially Janet's from Friends. And Peters was having absolutely none of it.
Peters did not want to speak to her.
It's like, I
Oh,
do not want
you
your, I do not want your attention.
It was
Yeah.
like, you
Which
asking
is
me
fair, 'cause
what,
she was,
what,
yeah, she was like 45.
what I've had. I don't know. Just make your own. And I just said, make us what you want. I don't bloody know.
To be fair, at this point, Peters was at least 60 years old.
Yeah, that's true. I've no time for it then. I've got no time for it now.
It withered a bit throughout the day, I believe.
And listen, mate, what I'm saying is, me and Lou sat there for 8 hours, getting absolutely steamed, until we left. And there was a Mexican woman. I'm not sure how she was involved, but she was.
She was
In the
Oh, she
small hours
was.
of the morning.
So the Mexican woman was flying with the guy at the bar, and then the other girl that went to the bar was like, Thomas, ignore this woman, she flirts with everyone. And then another guy looked like Sean Penn, who wasn't friend of the show, Randy Anderson, came in. And then he was like, oh, actually, I'm this woman's boyfriend. And then they left together, and then he was Thomas, the guy at the bar was like, he's a jerk, man. And it was like a scene from a movie. We were like, go after her, tell her how you feel, follow your dreams. And then the bar, the woman at the bar, the woman who went to the bar, who really Thomas should go out with, I hope they're happily married now. It was like, she's such a waste of time, Thomas. Like, you could do so much better than that.
It was him.
That's what happened.
He was up there with one of the best nights we've ever had.
Yeah.
It was for sure. Strange, but up there. And we've got any other? Come on, there must be a few more non-wrestling moments.
I mean, that's it's peaks there through the kettle. Several mini golf, but mini golf's a whole separate special bonus episode.
Mini golf is a special, and we will be starting soon when we're allowed. When COVID's finished and Boris Johnson says we're allowed, well, he'll say we're allowed, then he'll say we're not allowed, then he'll say we're allowed again.
And I say you can do it if you want, but it's your fault.
Yeah, then he'll blame us for all catching COVID. We've started a mini golf challenge because we've played mini golf numerous times. Ted Peters is always last thing to add to the bank.
Hey,
there was one time I will admit there was one time he beat me.
There was one time he played the whole of the round of his life, 9 holes. He was unbelievable. Nobody could touch it.
And then
the second 9.
Yeah. He also suffered a severe head injury in Manchester.
Yes, I did. No, knock myself out, didn't I?
Yeah, but why did you knock yourself out, Peters?
Because I did a shit shot.
Because you'd knocked the ball off the route, off the car.
And then I put my head down, walked towards my ball, and smacked it on a scaffolding pole. Actually cut my head. Actually cut the top of my head. Pretty sure I gave myself a bit of concussion with that because my head was hurting so much.
It was because I'm pretty sure that bang on the head was the only reason you agreed to pay £6 for a pint of strong well there.
God.
Oh, that isn't it? Yeah.
Which I don't believe you would have done otherwise.
That's true. So if anybody wants to ever get the expensive drink at Tippy, isn't it? Give him a bash on the head first.
with a scaffolding pole.
With a scaffolding pole. I'm not suggesting you do that, but I am saying I would be there if you did. I would support you.
Thanks.
There we go. I've got 9 more questions to ask.
Wow.
Yeah, quickly running out of time. So
we're going to have to do an Easter special this right?
I was going to say, do we fancy an Easter special or do we fancy a rapid fire?
Do quick fire.
Right, do we fancy a rapid fire?
Yeah,
Let's
go on.
Rapid fire. And then we can, if anyone finds anything interesting in what we said,
we'll expand it.
We'll do Ross's birthday special because that's the next big event.
Well, soon, a couple of months, we're coming up to a 1 year anniversary.
Well, there you go. Then we can do that way.
So we've got a year anniversary special. So then, these are the questions we've got. These are all your favourite wrestlers of this time.
Right.
Favourite early 90s wrestler. So before Attitude Era, so the new gen, the new wrestlers.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, of course, from the internet wrestling community there. Bret Hart.
RoboCop.
From the early 90s.
Yeah.
Ross.
95 Hogan for me.
He's mid-90s.
It's before the Attitude Era. 95 Hogan for me. Favourite ever WCW wrestler?
Goldberg.
Not DDP?
No, if I'm being honest, DDP, I've kind of enjoyed his yoga more than his wrestling. As a kid, Goldberg.
Yeah.
Hall.
Scott Hall?
Yeah.
Is your favourite WCW? Come on, mate. I know you're the internet, but come on.
What?
He was up there, didn't he? It's like
for me, look, I agree with you. Goldberg for me. Goldberg. Favourite Attitude Era?
Edge. I know it was early, but I loved him, didn't I, as a kid?
Yeah, that's true.
Can I pick a group?
Yeah.
DX.
Which DXO?
Well, the one without Shawn, because Shawn was better without Shawn, wasn't it?
So the second.
So that's the one that you all know as DX, isn't it?
X-Pac.
It is for our generation,
yeah.
Yeah, for me, at the time, The Rock, looking back, Stone Cold.
Yeah, fair enough.
I can see that.
Favourite Ruthless Aggression superstar?
Edge.
Edge.
Batista.
I feel like it's going to be Edge for the rest of my night.
I'm 100% going to go with Batista as well. He's up there, isn't he? Batista. Favourite? I can't remember what this era is called. Is it like the social media era or whatever? 2010 to 2020.
Reality era.
The reality
era. Burn it down.
Seth Rollins, is that?
Yep. Edge.
Roman Reigns. Because you know what? And I'm going to say this now. I've always loved Roman Reigns, even when everyone else is booing him. Do you remember that time I went to a wrestling show? That's the whole episode in itself. Went to WCW show wearing a Roman Reigns t-shirt.
BT Gun.
BT, personal friend of the show.
BT Gun. Yeah. Edge. Roman Reigns. I just love people who do spears.
Yeah,
that's basically what we've got to. Free favorite wrestlers. All do a spear. Yeah.
Goldberg, Edge, and Roman Reigns. For me, 2010 was Samoa Joe. It's got to be there. Ex-Mojo.
Yeah.
Favourite, or who do you think will be your favourite in the future? So from now on. So maybe they're not at the top now, but you think they might get there.
Rich Holland.
Yeah.
Rich Holland. Yes. Rich Holland's an absolute lad. Joe Hendry? Is it Joe Hendry?
Joe Hendry. He's going to be WWE champion.
He should be.
Now.
Pete Dunne for me.
Peter Dunne.
So we all think British stars.
That's what he just like the British guy.
I genuinely like. All right, Joe Hendry's not there in a moment, but he's got everything he needs to be a top star. I reckon all three could be WWE champion. Drew McIntyre has broken the glass ceiling for British wrestlers now.
I think Drew McIntyre was he was the first, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was annoyed he was first because I thought that I could have done it.
But who else is going to be Bulldog? Yeah, maybe should have. But Neville.
Regal.
No, I don't think Regal. What about
it could be Travis T.
Travis T.
Well, after he'd won the tag championship with Randy Hogan.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but what about but he could have made him in the feud afterwards. Randy Hogan versus Travis T. Favourite one-off entrance. So I'm not asking for your favourite entrance here. I'm for your favourite one-off entrance. So they've only done one. So like WrestleMania entrances, special entrances. Favourite one-off entrance.
Triple H Terminator.
Really?
I love Terminator.
Right, there we go.
I think I said it last week, but Sting, Starrcade 97.
I've asked this question, but I don't know who it is.
Lost the qualified coach at MSG. Yes.
You everything. I'm going to say, I watched it back. I don't remember at the time. I watched it back since. Undertaker, first time he came out to Rolling on the bike. Because my favourite Undertaker, my favourite Undertaker is badass.
Yeah,
American badass.
It's just is dead and all of a sudden is a biker. What's going on?
Doesn't matter. Badass. Right then, favourite entrance. So they do this every week. So not favourite one-off entrance, but the favourite. So maybe this is like my favourite entrance music.
Kane. Mass Kane, original Kane, 97 Attitude Era Kane, scary ass Kane.
Yeah, there we go.
Greta.
He's got a banging song.
Yeah, he has got a banging.
I don't know if I could pick Joe Hendry because it's different every time, isn't it?
He could pick that.
So because being in the crowd for Gredos is just fun. It's just fun.
Who are you picking then?
I'm gonna go Greta. What are yours?
I'm gonna say early Triple H.
It's my time.
Yeah.
Here comes trouble.
He's know what I mean? Before, yeah. I think that's the best. Honourable mention to Batista.
Batista's cool. Yeah.
Batista's got a great song.
Sandman.
Sandman. Maybe that's my one-off entrance. Maybe my one-off entrance is Sandman at
One Night Stand 05.
One Night Stand 05, yeah.
John Cena Rumble 06 needs to get a shout as well. He was just mad.
Yeah, that was.
And finally, the last question is, who is your wrestling guilty pleasure? So somebody you like, but you really shouldn't like.
I can't really count Roman Reigns now because everyone loves him, don't they?
Yeah, he's up there now.
Everyone loves. Everybody's finally getting the props he deserves. Fuck it. Do you know? Right. Fuck it.
Is it Naked Midian?
This might be the last podcast we ever do. Michael Cole. I don't think he's that bad. I like Cole.
Ooh. Terry Peters.
I liked his heel run. It was great.
Who do I like that I shouldn't? Come back to me. You name yours, and I'll just have a quick thing. That's caught me off guard a little bit.
I don't know. Who's my guilty pleasure?
Actually, fucking Otis as well.
Can I say Batista because ever since he left and came back, everyone's hated on him.
Yeah, he's one of those people. He's starting to get a bit more respect now, and the longer he's been away.
But I've always loved Batista. So whenever he's come, I think I was the only guy who was excited that Batista won the Royal Rumble.
I'm gonna go Vampiro in that stupid match with the kiss demon.
Fuck off, Vampiro.
Play my music. It's going Vampiro.
I haven't wrote these down, but let's just do a few more. Favourite show we have covered on the podcast?
Ooh.
SummerSlam 2000.
That was your favourite show beforehand, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably, but I still love it.
Survivor Series 98.
Well, for me, it's Takeover Dallas.
Yeah. Really enjoyed
Survivor
Survivor
Series
Series 98.
98, that did the games.
Love the game,
Yeah.
yeah. Really enjoyed it all the way through.
Worst show we've covered on the podcast.
Oh god, there's been some goddamn drizzle, hasn't there?
Yeah, there's been some shit. I'm trying to go back.
TNA with the Johnsons.
Yeah, the first TNA show was not good. Either that or Capital Combat, as much as Robocop is hilarious.
I mean, even
yeah.
Starcade 97.
Oh, that's harsh.
That's too sure.
That was shit, but that was harsh.
No, I know what you mean though. It wasn't good. Like Halloween Havoc 95 was objectively a bad show, but it was fun on it because it was bad. Starcade 97 was just straddling that line of like, was it so bad it was good, or was it just so bad?
I mean, I've gone slightly through my notes here from what I remember. World 395 was shit.
In fact, no.
World 395 was awful.
What was it? That Road Wild, the one where they're at the motorbike show.
Oh, that was
That was
Did we do 98? What did we do?
Yeah, whatever we did was horrendous.
That was a slog. That was a slog.
And show you want to cover.
Bad Blood 2004.
What happened at Bad Blood 2004?
Hour-long Hell in a Cell match.
Who between?
Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Oh, nice.
I think I want to do. I'm looking forward to. Well, we've already announced it, so I don't know if it'll be counts, but New Year's Revolution 2006.
Oh, coming up soon. The next couple of weeks.
It's coming up in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then Invasion. I'm looking forward to.
Invasion. Oh,
yeah.
Big stuff then. The one I want to cover is Heat with 98 ECW.
Oh, yeah, you do love that one.
Favorite.
I'm sure you've made me and Peters watch it before.
Yeah, one of my favourite shows of all time.
At one of the
I
WrestleMania
watched that one about WrestleMania.
Events.
About WrestleMania meetings.
Yeah.
We watched it with 98. So this has been whatever this has been. This has been the Christmas special.
A ramble.
I hope you've enjoyed it. Well, we've enjoyed it, reminiscing. We've got plenty more stories to tell you. So maybe next year we'll do another one. Maybe the 1 year anniversary. Or if you fancy another one, then let us know and we'll do it again. It's just good to reminisce. We've done more than you think. We're like more involved in wrestling than we'd like to admit.
Do you know what? We haven't even mentioned once the fact that we went to a New Japan show last year.
Exactly. We've done a lot more in wrestling than you actually think we have. I think we only mentioned once. That
Peters has done more in wrestling because he's had a match.
Peters is the wrestler out of us. So
Right.
for that, next week we're doing a sort of another special. We're going to cover Raw and Nitro. So this is the Raw where Mick Foley wins the title. Also on other channels where the finger poke of doom.
Oh yeah.
So is this the turning point? We think we've covered the turning point. We Starcade 97. This is the actual turning point in 1998.
As a big WCW fan, what is going on here? What's going on here? We've covered two Death of WCW shows in a row.
Yeah, but a year apart as well. So what happened in 98?
What did happen?
Is this the death? Because this is where they killed Goldberg.
Jay Leno turned up. That's what happened.
Yeah, we're about to see one of his matches. Mick Foley winning the title. That'll put butts in the seats, wouldn't you say, Peters?
Yeah, definitely. We all know that put butts in seats.
And then after that, I believe, is the New Year's Revolution show that you want to watch.
Sure, it's 15 years. It's Edge's first world title.
Whose favourite is Edge's first world title? There's an Elimination Chamber match. John Cena gets very bloody, as we've seen before. Good stuff. Carlito and Chris Masters in the main event. Yeah, are you kidding me? I want to watch that.
Madness.
Some madness. We were doing that. Two Peters. To be fair, you've already self-promoted, but not as much as you did last week, so we'll let you off. We'll let you do it again.
Thank you.
Where can we find you on social media?
Bell Nation on Twitter, at TesFishPod on Twitter, which never gets tweeted from because, as we all know, I've lost the login details. Twitch.tv/Bell Nation and Bell Nation on the YouTube and RL92 on the Gram.
When are you streaming, Peters?
Friday evenings at 7:30 and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m.
But also
Daily
right
videos
now, special Monday night edition
Videos out on the YouTube at 6 p.m. Monday to Friday.
You've already seen this, but if you watched on Monday the 28th, Peter will have done a shoey live on air at 10 o'clock. Yeah, Lou, where can we find you?
You can find me at Lou Markham on the Twitter and the other on Instagram.
You can find me at the Ross M on Twitter. You can find
Great
us all.
content. Ross's Twitter is something else, isn't it?
Yeah, well, don't miss out. Follow me so you don't miss my next tweet.
You got 5 years, so you don't have to worry about it. But
got some good ones on there. Follow us all on Twitter at WrestleRound, WRS Around. Follow us on Instagram at WrestleRound, WRS Around. Wrestling Around Podcast on Facebook, YouTube. If you got any questions, we've had a few viewer questions today. But if you've got any more questions, you got any recommendations? Obviously, we do anniversaries of shows, so if you tell us...
I've got one. We could do a battle royal at the Albert Hall.
But that's in October, but maybe in October we'll do it. You have to find out what year, because we've only got 4 weeks in October. If you're one of the 4, then look, well done you. But but don't be asking us to do an October show in February, because it ain't going to happen, pal. At WrestlingAroundOutlook.com. If you want to send us some seltzer, I'm on the seltzer hype as well, so even more so. That's 2 out of 3 now we drink seltzer.
It's gluten-free, so Peters can drink it. Free out free.
Boy.
3 out of 3. So send us your seltzer. If you're brewing seltzer at home, we will drink it. It might send me blind, but I'll have a go anyhow. That's WrestlingAroundOutlook.com. This has been a Christmas special. It's been a different one. We haven't really covered anything, but we've shared some of our trips. We've got that. We just barely scratched the surface. We've been friends for a long time. There's a lot more random crap that we can go through. I'm sure you've got a hell of a lot more stories about the world famous Terry Chocolate Orange.
TPR, sorry.
TCR. Terry Chocolate Orange. Terry Peters, I'm sure you've got your own stories about you.
Yep.
Because if you haven't really guessed by now, every story is about Terry Peters. Terry Peters doing something ridiculous. We've hit a podcast milestone recently, and we just want to thank everybody for the continued support. It's ridiculous, really, considering we're 3 idiots who decided to start a podcast in lockdown because we had nothing better to do.
That's true.
True.
But it's been bloody wonderful, isn't it?
It's
The rest of the roundheads.
We're not going anywhere for the minute. We're going to carry on as long as you lot are still listening. So we're going to go forever and ever and ever and ever. And one day we're going to get massive and we're going to take over WWE and we're going to make it even worse because Lou likes WCW. It's going to be 3 cages every week.
Goldberg World Champ.
Goldberg World Champ. So when we're big enough in 2060, Goldberg's still going to be World Champ.
You'll have Goldberg versus Robocop versus Edge in the main event, and you're going to love it.
So just join us for that. But thank you for the support. And if you want to tell your friends to listen to us. We're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on Acast, we're on all the podcasts above. So follow us on social media, we're all on there, YouTube, whatever you listen. We appreciate everything. So thank you very much for joining me for this Christmas special, Terry Chocolate Orange and Lou.
Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, everybody have a great New Year's. I'm sure you enjoyed your Christmas. I know it's locked down and it's rubbish, but do the best that you can. And join us next week, where for the first time ever, we're covering 2 shows from 1998. That is Mick Foley winning the world title and the finger poke of doom. Thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time.